You're listening to Question Reality. Question Reality with Priscilla Leona.
Hello and welcome to the Question Reality Radio Show.
Yes.
We are coming to you live from LaCa, Los Angeles, California. And I'm Priscilla Leona, and I'm creator and producer and host of this show, along with my favorite Bat Cave technical director and executive producer, Albert Bico. And in case you have not tuned into the show before, which I can't imagine why, I don't know where you've been, but you got to listen to our story. You're going to love it. For over 20 years, and that's dating me, over 20 years, we have been providing our listeners with entertainment industry career advice. Now, this show is for you if you are questioning your career reality about the possibility of pursuing a career in show business, or if you already work in show business and you just want to get some tips, advice, and resource information on how and what it takes to elevate your career. And some of the guests on this show, as if you're not already impressed with this little hottie from Spumani, Ernest Lee Thomas. Some of the guests on our show have included Oscar nominees, Emmy Award winners, Grammy Award winners, Tony Award winners, reality TV stars. Have to have my reality TV stars.
Absolutely.
I love reality TV.
Me too.
We have film, TV, radio, music, theater producers and directors. We have casting directors, A-list casting directors, talent managers, PR agents, talent managers, publicists, screenwriters, authors, writers. You're probably like 6 or 7 of these things. Authors, writers, novelists. And you know what? People have texted me and said, why do you say writers, authors, novelists? They're all the same. No, honey child, they are not all the same. They're different.
Yeah.
A writer can be a writer because he's writing a technical book, right? And a author can write fiction or nonfiction. And then a novelist can write like Harlequin romance novels. They're different styles. So keep that in mind when you're writing your title down. We have actors and dancers and models and bands and comedians and script supervisors.
Oh my.
Stuntmen who are my all-time favorite. You know, it's hard to get a hold of a good stuntman if you're not working on the set. And we have film critics, which, and celebrity makeup artists, celebrity fashion designers. And we throw in an entertainment attorney around December because if your career is going well, you need an entertainment attorney. You need and the list continues. So basically, if they are working in the entertainment industry, we are going to lasso them onto the show to help with your questions and your reality, right? So if you missed any of our past shows, here are some ways you can watch. On our website, questionrealityradioshow.com, Facebook, at questionrealityradioshow.com. Social media. Now, this is a tricky one because that is YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, or X at Priscilla Leona. Now, just my little tip. Now, I know you agree. All right. So every week I try to enforce this in you. If you are just starting out and you are trying to brand yourself, because now, as you know, Ernest, when you go on Google, say you're at a party and you met somebody and say it's a casting director and they want to know, what's your name? Okay, your name's John Smith. Right? No, not John Smith. Your name is Gonzalo Macuba Macado Alonso, right? So the casting director goes, oh my God, I want to cast that person in my sitcom. What the hell was their name? All right, so you try to be cute and you try to say, oh, I'm at Pink Bunny Rabbit at Facebook.com. And you have all these different social media titles. They're not going to be able to find you. It's all about branding, but you have to keep it consistent so that people can find you. So don't get cute and give yourself all these different names. Figure it out before you open your account, right, Ernest?
Absolutely.
It's so important. And you should always really try to go with your name. Right?
Yes.
You know, like Ernest Thomas. He's now he's always been Ernest Lee Thomas, but there was a time when you were Ernest Thomas, and there's so many Ernest Thomas.
Yes.
So he added the Lee, so you can add a middle initial, something, but keep it. Don't keep it cute. This is time we don't want to give you. No. And then favor, we kindly ask you that if you like our show, and how could you not, looking at this little piece of bubble gum sitting next to that's right. But if you like our show, then we would love for you to give us. Who doesn't need a damn thumb these days? The world revolves around the thumbs. Like it.
Very important.
Very important.
Like it and follow.
Ernest, what I have found that a lot of people are, and I don't want to use the word troll. A lot of people, that's a word that's used that also has a negative meaning. But basically, if you're looking at this person's profile, that person's profile, and you don't hit a like, or you get not a like, why? Why can't you? How much effort is it going to take?
None.
And a lot of people these days will not give up the thumb. They won't give the like. I like things, even if it's my friends, of course, I just do.
And comments.
Exactly. And comments, which are very important. How hard is it for you to give a like or a comment? Please help people out. It's not going to take that. It's not going to take that much effort. And please subscribe to our channel. Now, if you want to come on the show, or you want to refer someone to promote themselves, their products. We had my wonderful friend, Gare Ness, on last week. He's a multi-millionaire. He has product lines. He said, oh my gosh. He said, see this purse? Look what I did to this, Ernest. This was a 300 original design. I had it for 10 years, and look what I did. I had some candles. I set the little thing on fire. It is, but he came on, and he has time. He's a multimillionaire. You know what he said he does? He gives people likes all the time. He will just, and if he's got time to do it, because multimillionaires, they're busy people doing things. He's opening up he had a perfume line, Frozen, for the movie Frozen, and now he's opening up a new line. But he always has time to give somebody a like. Please give a like. I'm going to stress that. So again, if you want to be both on the show, refer someone to promote themselves or products, please go to my website, questionroundradioshow.com, and click on the contact link. It's really easy because you just have your name, your email, your title, and your website. That's it. How easy is that? It's so easy.
1, 2, 3.
That's it.
Come on.
Now, also, what's very important, this is exciting stuff I have coming at you. You can see the 2024 guest schedule, and we have some very exciting people coming up. I'm going to just tell you a couple people coming up. We have Lady Smith Black Mambaza. She's based in South Africa. You've heard of her. She's a 5-time Grammy winner. She's coming on the show March the 4th. We have Saba Moore Doucette. Wait till you hear this, Ernie. 81 years old, sports model. She looks like she's 33. Oh my gosh, you gotta check her out. She's coming on the show. And then we have Rico No Suave. He's based out of Chicago. If anyone was meant to host the Arsenio Hall show besides Arsenio, it's Rico No Suave. He's lovely. You gotta watch it. But we also have Bernie Martin. He's a celebrity fashion designer. He had some designs for the Oscars. A couple people wear his stuff. I'm not sure. He's coming on April the 1st. We have my friend Alan Hooper. He's an A-list casting director. He used to cast exclusively for Modern Family. Remember that sitcom?
Yes.
Superior Donuts. He's cast for one. He's coming on April the 8th. And my very good friend. Now, if you're an actor, you don't want to miss this show. Mary Lou Belli. She is a multiple You know her. She's
Yeah.
doing the Miss Pat show right now, directing the Miss Pat show.
Okay.
She used to direct NCI New Orleans. She's done it all.
Okay, yeah.
She's won-
directing more now.
Yeah,
I've been
she's
seeing
doing
that
Miss
name.
Pat show right now.
Okay.
But she is I think she's up to her 4th Primetime Emmy. So she's a great director if you are an
A
aspiring
former
director.
actress, right?
Yeah. No actress.
Never was an
No,
actress?
I think she used to do theater in New York.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
no, she's
Not-
been a director,
Okay.
but that's her thing, and an author. And then we have Miss Arizona coming on April 22nd. Gorgeous,
Okay.
Tasha. You might want to check that show out.
Okay.
Now, I'm so excited about this guest. If you watched American Idol, you will love this show. My friend Michael Orland, he was for 16 seasons.
Yeah.
He was the musical director and the
Wow.
vocal coach on American
Ooh.
Idol. So
You
you
got
name.
stories.
Oh, he's got
Oh,
stories.
man.
Yes.
I'd
So
love to see that one.
watch that. That's on April the 29th. And then he's going to be showing up here. I halted at April. I've got a waiting list, but very exciting actors coming on. Ooh, I
That's
can't
an
tell
exciting
you.
list.
It is.
That's exciting.
We're
Definitely,
usually
seriously.
booked 6
Yeah.
months to a year in advance.
Really?
I was always booking a year. But what happened, Ernest, is when you book, and this is another tip, when you book too far ahead for your show, by the time their date comes, they're on tour, they're in a movie out of the country.
Absolutely.
So I said, that's it, 6 months.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that is very exciting. Didn't
Oh,
I
my
bring you
Lord.
on the show in LA Talk Radio? Were you
Yeah,
on
I
with
was-
Mary Lou Belli or who? You
No,
were
I
with
was
someone.
on with
Estrada.
with somebody's
Emilio
brother.
Estevez's
His brother.
Yes, cousin.
Was
Yes,
it cousin?
I don't know. There was some,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Really?
I just watched
Yeah, I
that.
remember
Yeah, that
him.
was
Yes,
a good show.
Yes.
But anyway, you
Because
watched
he had
it.
a Catholic show himself. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was on All About the Answer, anything he wanted.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I remember that. Yeah.
I know.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't remember
Yeah.
that. So we have very exciting people, and who is sitting next to me? Now I'm going to tell you, you should know him by looking at him who he is, because not only is he drop dead gorgeous now, but you should have seen this little thing back in the day, right?
Wow.
So I'm going to just tell you a brief bio. I mean, we could go 10 pages on your
10
credits.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 years
Yeah.
we could be talking about him. We could do the whole Rip Van Winkle
Yeah.
story, and we'd
Yeah.
still be telling about Ernest.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm just going to tell you a brief bio where we put his lovely headshot up. I love that one, because look at all the characters.
I love
You
that.
don't look the
I
same
love
in
that.
any of them.
Yes.
I found that. I had to snip the bottom off, had the Bravo kid on there.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah,
that?
yeah. Yes, yes.
But yeah, now that one next
Yeah.
to the wig, that's
Yeah.
you when
That-
you were doing the character of Raj
Yes,
from
I
What's
was-
Happening.
Yes.
And I don't know I think this one was
I
in
think
the
Mr.
Malcolm X movie.
No, that was Mr. Omar.
No,
That was
that's Mr. Omar on the far
Malcolm
left.
X is right there.
Malcolm X is
Yeah,
next to
it's
the
in
far left.
Angela Bassett and Denzel.
Okay.
And then that's Martin with the hat with the,
Oh,
the
yes.
African prince.
Mhm.
And that one again, I think again is Mr. Omar.
Mr. Omar. What's that? You skipped over the wig.
Oh yeah, that's Luella.
Oh, wow. What sitcom was that on?
What's happening now?
Oh.
I was running from the
Oh.
FBI. I thought the FBI was after me. I wrote a book about Russians or whatever, and I thought they thought that I was a communist. So I dressed, when they're looking for me, I decided to dress as a woman, and
you were loving that
I got some
wig.
hits. So I got,
You like that?
the people were like,
Mhm.
no, that's seriously.
You even had a bra on.
They
there.
were like, I had some. I said, look, sir.
Yeah.
Look, mister.
Good looking woman there.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
so let's
Nice
talk about
Very
Ernest
nice
Lee
guy.
Thomas, celebrity actor, writer, producer.
Thank you.
He has been working in the entertainment industry for over 40 years.
50.
50.
Yes.
Wow, how is his bio?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
God, I bet
yeah,
you there's some
yeah.
stuff like
He's a
that.
74.
Oh my
That's a
gosh.
74,
Okay,
yeah.
well, we gotta update
Yeah,
that.
you gotta think.
Over years,
Yeah.
starting with his iconic role. Oh, look how cute you are.
Yeah.
Look at those gorgeous teeth
Oh,
you have.
I love it.
Those little pearly
Yeah.
chops.
Oh my God.
So,
Remember Broadway.
yeah.
So the people think that I did Broadway at the Helen Hayes Theater under Hal Prince. I did also under Tony Perkins. I did a pre-Broadway. So I was with the heavyweights from straight out.
Yeah.
Which caused a lot of hate. You know,
Yeah.
don't think about being successful, a lot of hate, or even best friends. They get jealous and hateful.
We don't
Yeah.
need that. So he has created this iconic role as Raj in the beloved 1970s ABC hit sitcom TV show, What's Happening?
Yes.
And it was reprised in the 1980s as What's Happening Now. And it was the #1 syndicated show in 1985.
Yes.
And Ernest received an NAACP Image Award for his portrayal of
nomination.
Rob.
Should have
Oh,
won.
nomination.
Sherman Hemsley won.
Oh,
Yeah, I love Sherman.
We like
Yeah, I love Sherman.
Love
I didn't mind.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
he didn't deserve it, but yeah. Yeah, I mean,
So we're going to be getting some good
I'm not
dirt.
loving it. No, no.
Ernest tells it like it is.
No, he
So
did. No, he's
wait,
brilliant. I take that.
we got some
I don't mean
story.
that. No,
We
you-
got, tell it like it is. That's his new sitcom. Tell it like it is. And so it was for the portrayal of Raj
Yes,
on
yes,
What's Happening.
yes.
And then Spike Lee comes on the scene. You know, Mr.
Yeah.
Spike Lee. He personally selected him for the role of Sidney X.
Well, I want to make
Is that
a
right?
connection.
See?
Yeah, he did not want me at all
Oh!
because he considered me a comedic actor.
Oh!
So my agent tried, my manager tried, and so I had to get a friend who pretended to be a manager because I knew he's so arrogant. He could really play the role. He's like Jewish and black.
Uh-huh.
And his name was David. I forgot his last name, but he said, I will have a press conference and say, you could at least have him interviewed. You know, how dare you not consider him
at
just
least.
interviewed? You don't have to be in a movie, but just say,
look at
you know, he's a comedic actor.
Yeah.
He tried, and we want to know we love him anyway. So he said, if you don't, I have a press conference because Warner Brothers, they're casting people and interview all these white ones.
Yeah.
Why isn't a black? We don't want to shame you, but we will.
Yeah.
He's loved by millions of people. Da da da. So that's why they interviewed me, and I went as that character.
Yeah.
I had a beautiful suit on
Oh,
with the bow tie.
wow.
Did all my homework. Talked to brothers who were in the nation, and the rest is history. But yeah, no, he didn't want me at all.
Oh my God! Whoever wrote this bio,
Yeah.
well, we gotta have a talk with you. All right, so there's some more incorrections coming up.
Yeah.
So we'll have to have a correction. So you were Sidney X in the epic masterpiece
Yes,
film Malcolm X,
Brilliant.
and you're going to see that later on in the
Yeah.
demo reel that we
And
have.
kudos to Spike Lee, because that was a masterpiece.
Yeah. Oh my
This
God.
is say
You're-
what
you're telling
okay,
me.
and Denzel. Okay.
Chris Rock and Ali, is it Ali Leroy? Ali Leroy.
Yeah.
Specifically wrote the character of, I hope this information is right,
He did it.
specifically wrote the character
Yeah.
of Mr. Omar for Ernest in the global hit TV sitcom Everybody Hates
Yes,
Chris.
yes.
I wonder, okay, and that was, I added this in there. Okay,
Okay.
let's say, okay.
Uh-oh.
So, all right. They created him for Mr. Omar for Ernest in the global hit TV sitcom Everybody Hates Chris. And that was not a tragic thing to do. That was me. I wrote
Okay.
it. Can I write sitcoms? Yes, I can. But that was a great idea.
Sound like
So
Albert.
if you're not familiar,
Yeah.
his line, one of the things, his iconic line, Ernest, is tragic.
Yeah,
If you've
right.
watched Everybody Hates Chris,
Yeah.
everything he said, it's tragic. It's tragic. Yes.
And now it's like we are really like adored, like worshipped literally in Brazil. And one of the just on that tragic thing, like it's over 1 million hits because people, they're in different, especially in Brazil where they speak Portuguese. I don't know what they're saying, but they're
I wonder what the word is for tragic in
They
Portuguese.
tragico. That's how they spell. It's like tragico. I'm like, that's the word they spell. But they it's not only a hit here, it's even bigger overseas.
Wow. I can't imagine.
Even bigger. So
but,
now with
wow.
the animated version.
Oh, wait, don't
everybody-
give it up
Okay,
yet. Don't
all
give
right.
it up yet. We got some
Yeah.
surprises.
Oh, yeah.
Don't give it up yet.
Yeah.
Teaser.
Okay.
And so he starred in 10 different plays at the Wilshire Evil Theater to sold out audiences. I remember I came
Yeah.
the one with Loretta Devine, I believe.
Oh, yes.
What was the name of that one? I can't remember.
One was My Brother's Keeper, and the other one was
What was the?
oh God,
I can't remember either.
yeah.
We're
I
so
see
old. He
it.
and I could sit next to
Oh,
each
man.
other for hours. We were just trying to figure out what the damn Partridge
Oh, God.
Family song was.
Oh, God.
We still haven't been able to figure it out. We'll get back to you
Yeah.
on that one. But he is also an accomplished author of 2 books. I love the title of your last book,
Thank
which
you.
was From Rise to Riches.
Thank you.
Did you come up with that yourself?
I did.
That is
I did.
so creative.
Yeah.
That is very creative.
Thank you, Dawn.
And the latest book is What's Happening Now, Playing Hooky from God.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that's about.
Oh,
We're going to
baby.
find out a little
Baby,
later.
yeah.
We're going to find out.
I'll give you a
what
little
that's
bit because you
about.
got to read
Give me
the rest.
bit.
I'll give you a little
Give
bit.
me a little bit. Now, last year, this man, I don't know where he has the energy. I don't know. He completed not one. We're lucky if we even get one. Not 2, not 3, not 4, 5 films.
Yeah.
Completed 5 films.
Yeah.
12.
After a near-death experience I had a head-on collision.
Oh my God.
So I was dealing with depression and all that. Yeah, it's a whole
He was in an
Never had-
accident.
Never
and
had depression until after that accident, that first week, and I was going crazy. And I was in the trailer for 7 hours waiting to come out.
Oh
And
my
I was
God.
calling. I was going to walk off the set. I was calling my daughter, and I
They
called.
made you wait 7
Yeah.
hours?
Well, it's part of that's part. No,
That's true.
I've been on the set
forgot
from
about
Malcolm
that.
X from 6 o'clock to
That's
midnight, and
true.
we don't need you. It's part of it.
That
I
is
don't mind
true.
it,
See?
but this depression.
Yeah.
Well, I said, Lord, I'd rather die. I don't
Yeah.
want to live like this.
No.
I love to be 100 years old, but that now I understand when people. I thought, well, get over it. It ain't you can't just get
Right.
over it. It's the thing you don't want to have that to visit you, where you really think about there's nothing positive.
Yeah.
And so I said, Lord, I never thought I'd say this, but if this is going to continue, you can take me out.
Yeah.
And then my doctor referred me to a therapist, a Christian therapist, and she has been amazing.
Wow.
Sabrina Russell.
Wow.
I gotta say her name, Sabrina
Wow.
Russell.
Yeah. That
If you want a good therapist, by the way,
when you have a health, I never. People think because I'm a little fluffy buffy, they think that I'm on death's door every day, right?
Yeah.
But I had gone my whole entire life, no health problems at all.
Yeah.
Eating Snicker
You're
bar
very
like there
healthy.
was no
Yeah, I remember you had vivacious.
Yeah. But I know what you're
healthy
talking.
mental out. You were always positive.
That's
The
what I
glass
think.
is always half full
Yeah.
with you.
I think
And I
that's
love
what
that about you.
I think that's what got
Always.
you through too,
Yeah,
because we have that ability to
Yeah.
bounce back.
Yes.
But I was doing a play at the LA Opera. I was in Der Rosenkavalier, and I was what's called as you're familiar, you do theater. I was a supernumerary. I don't sing, but I was a supernumerary,
I'm sorry,
which
I
is
never heard of that.
in theater, in the world of opera and professional theater, they have what's called supernumerary. So they are the people that are in an opera, but they don't sing. So sort of like, I guess, background or featured in a film or television show.
Yeah.
So I was the Merry Widow, which it was written into. But I was about to do a rehearsal, and the kids rushed by me. Oh my God, wait to hear that. Oh Lord, Ernest. So I'm waiting to go on. This was a period piece. I had a hoop skirt on, a wig. It was 1800s attire. So you remember they have the hoop skirt. They got the wig. I had a mask. Yes, I do.
I gotta see that.
These little bitches ran past me, knocked my ass over. I fell in the middle of the stage, and it's a slanted stage. So when I fell on my knee, I rolled, my fat ass rolled all the way down to the bottom of the, and guess who were the two? One was executive producer and one was the producer. Gary Marshall and Maximilian Schell. And Gary Marshall says, Ken, so there's a pause, right? Imagine
Right.
right? I'm not even the star, but I fell and they thought, and I just kind of laid there to figure out if I was dead or not. And then I realized I'm not. So I tried to get up. And then Gary Marshall says, can somebody come and get her off the stage? We need about 6 or 7 guys. Get her off the stage, will you? I was like, okay, Gary, thank you.
Oh my
But
God.
I was I never experienced depression in my life. Didn't know what the hell it felt like. People were talking about it. I thought, I don't feel that. I don't know that. But I felt
it kicked in.
it kicked in because
Horrible, right?
because I had torn my meniscus and it was just a real bad situation.
Yeah.
But because
did you get a therapist?
well, oh my God, they took me over because LA Opera has their own in-house medical unit.
Okay.
So they rushed me over, and it was this little Vietnamese doctor. He was like 5'2", and he says, I no see no bone, this big bone. How do you get bone? It's so big.
Oh my God.
And then I'm like, that is really setting me on that
That's all
alone.
you need.
To know that a Vietnamese doctor has never seen a bone that big before he's a doctor. So let's start the depression. But then I got really sad, but it didn't last long.
Okay.
Like 3 days.
Okay.
And then I said, I can't be doing this. I got things to do.
Yeah.
But so I don't know how, but I just music.
Yeah.
There are many different techniques. I don't know what Sabrina uses with you, but music did it for me.
Well, she has the practical thing of having that gift of going to school for it, but then the faith part.
Yeah.
And I wanted someone who was a Christian, who would not just someone who, they might be good, but they don't believe.
Right.
That had to be a part of it. And she really, challenges me. She makes me, oh no, you're not facing up to that. You haven't grieved for your mother properly.
Right.
Stuff like that. Your moodiness is because you're angry about this.
Right.
So it's those things. And then I have a pill. I have a magic pill.
Well,
yes, baby. I'm about to take Tramadol. Tramadol for me. I can't speak for no one else. But the Tramadol, and I didn't know.
I had it once.
So one day the depression was so hard, I didn't want to hear. My mother was bothered. Everything people said.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the room like, God, is this ever going to end? Then the pain, because I took the pill for the pain, and the depression went away.
Yes.
Then I looked up that's what they give people with the. They give them Tramadol.
That's what they gave me for my torn
That's the beauty
meniscus.
of God. Yeah.
I
didn't know you.
Because I was in so much pain.
You got one on you now?
No, they only gave me that one. I was like ready to knock
that has been such a blessing.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Because I've gone to the point of, even with because the accident, you have to go see the doctors, doctor and that doctor.
Yeah.
I got to a point that I felt even the lawyers are against me. I felt that the doctors they had were trying to kill me. I got to the point, and they said, so when I was telling them, I said, I'm doing fine, but I think you guys are trying to do. They said, what are you talking about? I said, I don't know. I feel like you guys are
paranoia.
I have to really so talking to her. So I had someone to bounce. Not friends can't. They don't have that skill.
Yeah.
They can pray for you and all. They're like, hey, baby, it's gonna be all right. But then someone tells you why, and it goes way back to even childhood. From being bullied. As I told you, I was bullied by my own people, black folks. Then you go to the South, you got the white racists. You got to go behind to the back of the restaurant and be called nigger and all that, right? So between those two, then you see your mother being abused, and you can't do nothing about it because you're too small.
Yeah.
And then I was asthmatic. So I had all those things. I tell people, my thing I always say is, if it wasn't for my faith in Christ, that is a central figure. I could complain. I have every reason to complain.
Yeah.
Being alcoholic, my poor life, or the whites hate me, my own people bullying me, I got asthma, my mom. I can have everything, but I had that. They asked me, what is the secret to your success?
Right.
And I always said Jesus. Now, I have friends who are atheists who will put godly people to shame. They are so much, they don't say God, but they are so much about God. So I let people know, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
There's some people who never mention God,
Yeah.
but they are God in action. And you who say you about God, I don't see you contributing to the homeless. You talk about you won't help anybody in need. I don't loan nothing. I don't do this. I don't. You so so it's not about that. I have people from all walks of life. I'm saying for me, one friend said, Ernie, you said, I feel like you're a Bible thumper, and you're. I'm not. Whatever you Buddhism, I'm not against anyone.
Right.
I have friends, and then people criticize me for
Right.
having atheist friends.
Right.
But then God, I found out God, they will put people who say they believe to shame.
To
I know
shame.
you got other things to talk about. I just want to say, if you have depression, you got to get help because suicide all-time high.
Yeah.
It's an all-time high now.
It's true. And people don't take, that happened to me. I don't know if you ever met him. I think you did meet him. When you came to my birthday party in 2013, which you don't remember, but you were there. And one of my friends, you would never think that he would be committing suicide, but I was expecting him to come to an event, and I texted him, and then his brother texted back and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Priscilla, but Clyde committed suicide on June 22nd." I thought it was a joke. Yeah, you met him. And you probably don't remember. You would know him if you saw him. Yeah.
Oh,
and so no one expected it.
Wow.
It's
was he a happy?
No.
Oh, he wasn't happy.
I know, but you know what? I have found that people who have the mania of being happy-go-lucky all the time, they're the ones that are hiding something. You got to keep an eye on them for suicide. But just the bottom line is, if somebody says suicide or just a lot of people are posting that stuff now on social media, and you don't know who to take seriously. But I just think reach out.
Yes.
I mean, what's it gonna?
I know too. My daughter, her friend did it, and then Yolanda, her friend did it. They both told, "Hey, I'm tired.
That's the only
just want you to know I'm gonna go." And they went, "No, don't do it." They said, "I'm just tired."
Oh.
What makes you don't want nothing? You don't want no life, nothing keeps you here, not the children, not even your children.
It's hard because I don't know if they're thinking about their pain, which obviously is legitimate, but the people that they leave behind, they got to go a whole lifetime without you in their lives. You're depriving them.
I even said, it's a selfish act.
It's
I know I feel for you, but you're not thinking about anybody else.
Yeah.
Like they could commit suicide based on what you're doing.
Yeah, I have been
it's not your mother. You're not your mother, a child.
I don't know. Maybe you can confirm this, but they say that people who suffer depression, that their pain is worse than physical pain.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Give me physical pain any day. Oh yeah. I'd rather.
That's what
I had sciatica nerve pain, and that I was crying. But you know what? That depression. Give me the sciatica any day of the week over that depression. Wow. That's something I can't even describe. You. But thank God now I'm balanced with it. Yeah. And I had those days.
It just
come out of nowhere. It just comes out of nowhere.
Just seek help. Don't be embarrassed.
And that's what happens, especially the men.
Right.
Now I can't speak for every race, but I know right now the second leading cause of death among young black men is suicide.
Oh.
Homicide number one.
Wow.
They don't leave a note, right? That ego, and Latinos too. They're so macho, they can't tell nobody.
No.
Can't tell no one. So it's like, what if your children can keep you? God can keep you. Your mama can keep you.
Yeah.
So it's a selfish act because everyone suffers that you love.
Yeah.
None that love can make you.
I feel sad because we had so much fun with them, and then I think, had selfish on my part, but
I love to see a photo of him. I mean,
you know him.
God bless his family. Yeah.
So last year he created 5 films. Now, Ernest. Okay, so I love the titles. First of all, I'm a title person. So. Tales of the 5th Grade Robin Hood. I can't wait to hear what that's about. The Dark Side.
Oh, yes.
1 hour. Look, he's just remembering. I do work on that now. Plantation Tour. And 30 G's.
Yeah.
And his latest film project.
It's really 3 OGs.
Oh, 3 OGs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There was it.
Yeah, I know.
His latest film project is called The Gods 2. Were you in The Gods 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And his latest television project, which we were talking about.
Yes. So excited.
Oh, God, this is so good for people who love animation, which I am one. His upcoming animated series is called Everybody Still
Hates
Chris, right?
I love that.
Everybody still hates Chris. And he is reprising his role as Mr. Omar.
Yeah.
So let's work backwards and talk about the animated series. How did it come about?
Yes. Well, you know what? I really believe in vision and thoughts and how you can bring things into reality. And I've always been that. I have an incredible imagination and very, very vivid imagination. And when I desire things, I grab photos of it so I can get it. But in this
like
sense,
your vision board.
Yeah. But this sense, I just felt I actually put this on Instagram and Facebook. So someone did a animated caricature of Mr. Omar. Everybody, Ernie, that is this guy, whoever the guy is. God bless. And I decided I wanted an animated version of Mr. Omar as a series.
Okay.
So I put coming this fall with that, new series, Mr. Omar animated, right?
Yeah.
Like weeks from there. It had to be like, no longer than a month, I get the call about the animated version.
Oh my God. Do you think someone heard your idea and said, oh my God, that's a great idea, let's do it? Or do you think you subconsciously
God gave me that thing. I have it way ahead of it. Yeah, for things for my life. Like with Cooley High. I saw Cooley High as a film, frustrated, like, how in the hell did they do that film without me? I love this guy who's doing it. But that's something I should have done. So I can't get over. My friends, Ernie, let it go.
Let it go. No.
Fast forward, I go to Hollywood because I want to get on TV. And as God would have it, what do they have? A new series they're casting, Cooley High. It's like,
wow.
That's like Twilight Zone, right?
Wow, yeah.
And you're like, it's no doubt, this is mine. No one's going to get this but me.
Yeah.
And then, of course, now they had over 200 actors look up.
Yeah.
But just that gut thing, and I do think it's discernment from God, but then sometimes just a gut feeling.
Yeah.
And I can do that with artists too. Yeah. That's why, I manage, it's a thankless job being a manager. But when they listen, because I have the ability to see the essence of them. Now, I don't know everything, but I've been in the business a while, and and God gave me wisdom. I'm smart. I'm intelligent.
Of course.
So, but they fight you because they're so busy idolizing Brad Pitt and Denzel. They don't see their own brilliance. Right. They're so busy idolizing Luther. They don't and Mariah Carey. They don't see how brilliant their voices are. But I can see that Lenny Kravitz chose me as a manager. Right. All right. I don't know if I ever told you that. But Lenny, it was since 1989, 88 or 89. And I said, but your father's Jewish. Your mother got the #1 show, The Jeffersons. But he saw that. He's no God.
Roxanne Baird. I think it was
Roxy Roker.
Roxy Roker. That was his mom. She was the mother that was married to the white guy on the Jeffersons.
Yeah, married to the Jewish guy. Yeah.
And their son is Lenny Kravitz.
Yes,
he was a rocker, so you should know him.
Yeah. Lenny. He's on the cover of People magazine. Cover of People magazine. But that kid had a vision. Back then, he takes me to his little apartment. Still, he told me, "You're gonna be the manager." We was up to like 5 a.m. This kid is telling me how his music is gonna be like a little nostalgia, but it's all about love. And love is the key. Right. Love got to be. Right. And now the cover of the magazine is all how love. That's what he spoke it into existence.
He spoke it into existence.
Even like that. He's self-made. True. He wanted me to be a part of it. I was dealing with freebase and drug, alcohol, and
he was having good times. He should have been on the show. Good times.
The free, you ain't going nowhere. the pipe was talking to me. But this kid. So I think what he saw in me, I am an empath,
Yeah.
and that was something I wasn't. I said, "What is you love to take care of people."
Mm-hmm.
To my own detriment, because
Yeah.
it hurt me a lot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But now I choose. I just can't. I'm not
You gotta
dealing with the
pick and
ingrates.
choose.
Yeah.
You gotta.
So now, but I love that. I
Yeah.
love being able to see inside that person, but they usually run away. Because I'm gonna make you want to walk on water.
Mm.
Oh yeah. So yeah. You're gonna
I'm happy to walk on
you gonna do one of the. You're gonna run away. Yeah, or you're not gonna do. You're gonna just avoid my calls. But I'll do it.
No.
But if you
And
follow
that
it,
is your
then we're gonna pray on it. Then what I don't know, God knows. I took a kid to England, London for a record deal. I don't know. My fraternity brothers, Ernie. Why are you going to London? You're not a manager. I don't have to be.
No.
What did Einstein said?
Yeah.
Imagination beats knowledge
That's
all day, every day.
day.
So I just had that, and I said, God, this kid's Italian and black. We're getting turned down here in New York.
Mhm.
Take him there. I wanted women to see him because men are haters. They get jealous
Right.
because he's just a handsome kid.
Right.
So I only went to female A&R people, and the reaction. I did these large 11 by 14s of him.
Right.
Now he was all this. He had a little doubt because he like, what is this? Why are we going to right?
Yeah.
And I got rid of every negative. So all the friends that thought this was a joke, I said, if I'm going to manage you, you can't deal with them. Be
Yeah.
nice to them.
Yeah.
Tell them you're on a mission from God,
Right.
and I'll get back with you
Right.
once that's done. So he hated me at the time, but then he ended up they two offers in England, came back to New York, a bidding war. Then they pushed me out. Frank Dilio, Michael's manager, wanted to take over,
Yeah.
and one
that
of
happens.
Bon Jovi's people. So but I didn't want to stand in the kids' way. I was angry. I wanted to hurt somebody, but I went. I don't want to be responsible
Wanted to
for it.
rough
But you know
somebody
what?
else, yeah.
He still produced something, but he would have been huge had they followed instructions from me.
Lenny Kravitz.
Because imagination
Yeah.
beats knowledge.
All day. Now, what
And-
about this imagination here with this animated series? Everybody
She said,
still hates
bring,
Chris.
rein me back in,
Love
baby.
Rain it back in.
Rein me back.
Ernest has the stories.
Okay.
But this is very exciting.
Yeah,
First of all, you get to reprise a beloved character
Yes. Listen,
and
I love
a
him.
beloved series.
Yeah.
Now, what channel is it going to be?
We don't know yet,
Oh,
but I want to give a
have you
shout out.
shot?
I've done 7. I'm about to do my 8th one next week. Of mine, yeah. But I have a goat. Well, I can tell you. You'll see.
This is
I don't
so.
know.
This is sort of. I wonder if it's going to.
I don't
Because
know
I'm
what-
thinking
what
about.
makes-
He obviously, whoever this person is,
Yeah.
the producer had to
Yeah.
get the rights
Yeah.
to do that, which
Sanjay
is a
Shah.
process
Sanjay Shah.
in itself.
Brilliant young. Yeah, you know a
Yeah.
lot about him.
We got to get
Yeah,
rights.
yeah. Of
we gotta
course,
get
Ali.
permission.
Yeah,
They
Chris
approved
Rock is
it.
involved.
So we're at the
But
point
yeah,
where.
and he worked on some other big animated. I don't know, was it Simpsons
So
or
who's
the?
working on this to bring it into fruition?
Yeah,
Who's it-
Sanjay Shaw. That's the
Okay,
showrunner.
okay.
Yeah, he's the showrunner.
So he's
And he
shopping
worked
it
on-
around. Or
I don't know
whatever.
how.
He's
I don't
just
know.
a creative talent.
Yeah, but you
so-
got Chris Rock. Hey,
That's right.
Chris Rock.
Is he going to
come
be
on.
involved?
Oh, yeah, he's always. Oh no, it wouldn't be possible. With him.
Yeah.
So he'll narrate it like he did before.
Yeah.
He had to, but they've been wanting the networks wanted to continue with us. He just didn't want to do it. He's so busy with,
Busy,
come on, he didn't.
Now, what about, because I saw the little boy, can't remember his name, but he's on a new hit show, Abbott Elementary, right?
Emmy.
Right, yeah.
I love
Is
that
he going to
kid.
be involved in this, or who's going to be Chris?
No,
With the exception.
yeah.
So is it going to be the same?
I really don't. I haven't seen who the other.
Have you shot anything? yet?
Just voice. I don't know who the people
The
are.
voiceover.
So I don't know.
you don't know who
I just know Terry's in it, and
Terry
Crews
Crew.
and Tashina.
Oh, because he's.
Tashina Honor, the mother and father.
I love her. I used to watch
Yeah.
her on Living Single.
Martin.
Martin.
Yeah,
I
this
love
is a new
her
show.
character.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the neighbors she got now. She had this with
oh,
Cedric the Entertainer.
Cedric the
The
Entertainer.
neighbors. You heard about That's on
No,
CBS.
yeah, CBS, the neighbor. Yeah, she's married to
Cedric.
Cedric, and then you got the white couple next. I don't know their names,
but it's been going for
it's been
5 years. Yeah,
You know,
That's
I
true.
watched it the first season just for her,
Yeah.
for Tachina,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
like Cedric too.
Yeah.
But I always loved her.
Tashina gets me every
I
time.
was expecting,
Yeah.
that
And she can
snarky
sing
character.
have you heard her sing?
Tachina Arnold.
Yeah, she can sing.
No.
Oh my lord.
I bet.
Oh my lord.
I bet.
Yeah, she's paid to go and do concerts.
Well, was she
Yeah.
ever in a play with you at Wilshire Eagle?
No.
Okay,
No,
so
but she did this.
so she's
she
in
can do
it,
it all. Yeah.
and then Terry Crews.
Yeah, and the other, I don't.
And see,
I was just happy because I didn't know if they're going to
We
even.
got-
I didn't know
we gotta
if they're
know.
going to choose me or not. So
How are we
going
gonna
to
find out about that?
They'll show. They'll do their own
Okay,
little
so
publicity.
it'll- when
Remember,
it
Chris Rock is in there, so they're
Yeah,
gonna be
so
big. It's
now-
gonna be big.
That's right.
Just to go spread. And Terry Crews.
And
Terry,
I
that's
love
really
him.
from the time we
Is
did
he
the
still
show.
hosting?
He's hosting, yeah.
America's Got Talent.
So you got all that going, and he was in the film with Stallone, and
Well,
so on his own, he's high profile.
I was shocked that when I heard he was going to be the host because I didn't know what happened to Nick Cannon. I love Nick Cannon. I love Terry Crews too, but I loved Nick Cannon as a host.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was so funny.
Yeah.
And he was really.
Yeah,
And I
he's a
think I
go-getter.
read. People
Wow.
don't be quoting me on it, but I think I read there were some problems because he wanted to wear what he wanted to wear, and that was a problem. I don't know what it was, but it was something about he wanted to wear certain clothes, which I think was crazy.
Oh, my Lord.
But miss you.
Yeah.
So you were in The Gods 2, which
Yes.
and one. What's that about? What's that film about?
It's the Black Mafia, the Italian Mafia, and basically the leader, the black one. He was a mentor. He was mentored by the Italian guy. Now he wants to do his own.
Is it a comedy drama?
No, it's a drama. Yeah,
It's a
got
drama.
comedy
Okay.
moments, but
Okay.
yeah. So he wanted to go out on his own. And that's where the conflict starts. So
Okay.
it goes. I want it, but it's
And
a
who's
lot.
your character?
I just a friend of. I'm like an OG. It's this old gangster.
OG.
When you hear that word, it's old.
OG.
So he's been in the game. Yeah, old gang. He was back in the day.
Back in
You
the
know, and
day.
he's respected.
Yeah.
By everyone because he's overcome a lot of that.
Yeah.
And he was a stand-up guy. And so I am an advisor to the guy who's a leader of the
And then what stage is that in? Is it in post-production or is it out?
it's
And
out.
if it's
Yeah,
out,
so
where
you
can we
see
watch
You
it?
can see it on Amazon, and you can also see it on Tubi. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All right.
and also Two Wolves. That was one that really.
Two Wolves. I
Yes,
don't
that's
have
not on
that
there, but
down.
we did that before. That was out a couple, but that's the one I'm really proud of all of them. But that was the first one that I'm playing something a villain. Okay,
Ah.
really, yeah, I loved it.
You're such
I
a
enjoyed
sweetheart. Actors love to
enjoyed it.
expand their.
Yeah, and
their
Mikhail
characters.
Shannon Jenkins, he wrote it, directed it. This kid is just beautiful. This kid is like Christ walking.
Wow.
It's faith.
Wow.
It's gonna be. I want it. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
His son, the same thing. His son was when they did Raisin and the Sun on Broadway.
Yeah.
He played the son in there because
Oh.
he knew he would get it again. That faith, his faith
Yeah.
in Christ was so strong.
Ah.
And so Mikhail Shannon Jenkins, he's done it. He's in something. Oh God, I can't think of it.
Well, it was good enough.
Yeah.
The first one, they got a second
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So rent
He's
that
all that.
tonight.
Yeah,
The Gods 2
yeah,
to see
yeah,
Earth.
yeah.
Now, what about this 3 OGs?
Well, that's
because there's
it, too.
another OG.
Yeah, that's another one. You just didn't see it.
Is this out now?
No, that was not out.
Okay.
The dark side is out. That's really God's 2. That is the dark side.
Oh, okay.
The God's 2. That's the side. But the 3 OGs is not.
What about
yeah.
Plantation Tour?
Yeah, that was not out yet.
That's not out.
That's a
What
whole
about
nother.
1 hour?
And that was in my Tammy Mack. Tammy Mack it just got honored with like one of the highest awards for journalists and all that. She's an amazing young lady.
Oh.
She's on Fox Soul
Okay.
television where she has a talk show on there, but she also has her own show on CB Wonders radio
Okay.
channel. Yeah, and so she wrote her first movie, and incredible. Just an,
What about Tales of a Fifth Grade Robin Hood? That sounds fun.
Now these little kids, oh my God, they were so adorable. Remember I said that was the one that I was in the trailer for those 7 hours.
Yeah.
And the power of love now. So they said, we're ready for you. I come out.
Don't help.
The director says, look, I know, look, I gotta take a photo. I grew up on, so that's, so that love, all that love between him, the little kids, I miss Omar, the parents are talking about Raj, what's happening, all this love, I forget about the depression.
Oh.
They are so over, like, it's like I gotta hide. There's too much love. I gotta hide somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found out, that's what I found on each of those films. I'm gonna do, I have to take my tramadol. But the thing about, I have to take my tramadol. But that love it's a powerful thing.
It is, and you should surround yourself with people if you ever do feel.
Yes, but you're gonna love that. These kids, white, black, they're so adorable.
That's in the Tales of the Fifth Grade Robin Hood. And again, is that out now?
Yeah, that's on.
And you can rent that.
That's on. It's on Tubi, I believe.
Tubi.
Yeah.
Go to Tubi.
Yeah.
Tales of a Fifth Grade Robin Hood. Now, what is this book? What's happening now? What was that playing hooky from God?
Well, I know people love in all honesty, I felt the first book did not tell it all. And it's called the minister who was helping me. He had his own publishing company anyway. And he meant well. He was just trying to make sure that, it wasn't offensive to the Christian, because I'm going to do it. Really, it's a testimony of faith, thanking God for achieving all of this through all these obstacles. But I had done freebase. I was cussing. I wanted to keep it real. I wanted to be real. So a lot of the stories about that, the depth of that addiction and stuff. So I'm not just a goody two shoes. Yeah, but when I have failed. I have done things that I'm not proud of. So I don't want to paint So I think that's the thing I didn't like about it. But so this book is more in detail.
Okay.
Yeah, more in detail. And even from the childhood and speaking about, the pedophile, this unique creature that people, I think because it's too close to home. That's why preachers don't talk about him. That's why the rappers don't talk about him. That's why all these, the civil rights leaders, the Republicans, the Democrats, no one talks about the pedophile, who's a man who loves the vajayjay. Loves it. Will not sleep with another man, calls people faggot, whatever, but he loves little boys and little girls. So that's why I was molested by. Yeah, and so was Todd Bridges.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing the documentary. So then people and letting parents know, look, you wake up. It's that gray. You think it's black and white. There's that gray area, and that pedophile, he's all gray. And he could be your uncle, the daddy, like a friend of mine that she will never, she will never meet. She told I met her. Is that what the book is about?
No, it's all but it's just part of my life. It's part of the childhood. Because people, I didn't want to. It was so painful. I forgot it happened. My mother told me. I said, Mom, I'm writing this book. What do you want to add? She said, the time you told me that Mr. So-and-so touched you, and I don't. You said, well, your uncle's beating him up. Well, back in that day, you don't want to embarrass people. And they had children. He had children, I think. So they just quietly whooped his ass. Right? And that was it. So she didn't know.
Lucky they didn't kill him.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't have known. Because they wouldn't have known. But they just wanted to make sure that he knew that what he did was.
So that title, Playing Hooky from God, how does that, where did you come up with that?
That came when I got here. I never did drugs, alcohol, until I started pledging, not the drugs, but pledging. They drank, not alcohol, but the drinking was part of the fraternity thing.
That's right.
So I didn't like drinking, but I'm a Kappa, I think the greatest fraternity in the world. And I love all of them. The Divine Nine, all the fraternities as well. But I started trying to emulate my brothers and the drinking. But Hollywood, I came to Hollywood, I went, now I'll never do cocaine. As I heard about that. So I saw people doing it, and everyone kept saying, "Ernie, but you'll be so uninhibited. You don't care. You'll be fun. Look at Richard Pryor. He's funny because of the cocaine. Red Fox, he does the cocaine, and this one does it. And so, and people were just enjoy weed, and so I saw people smoking weed, and they were so just joyful, and I was so square, and I said, Lord, I just need a break here. I'm a good person. I just want to play hooky for a while.
Yeah.
And that was my conversation. Lord, I tell kids, don't ever play hooky.
No.
I tell kids, don't ever play hooky. But that's where it started.
No.
And the cocaine, I said, I would never do that. So I did do the weed. I would do the hard liquor like Remy Martin.
Right.
And I said, I'm not going to do the coke. No. So they took me to the drug dealer's mansion up in the hills somewhere. And everybody's doing the coke. And you want us to know? I said, no, thank you. The drug dealer's wife looked like a Debbie Allen when she was young.
Oh, yeah.
She was just full. She had like this olive complexion and this beautiful red lipstick. Her hair was jet black, cut short, dropped dead, like would stop traffic. So I'm sitting there, I'm doing my little, weed on it, and she comes up she pulls up a chair like you, and she says, "You'll do it for me, though." Right? And I'm like,
I'll do it for you.
And I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was like, so, and she just took that little, coke on that little mirror, and she fed me, and that's how it
and
began.
I got you started.
Yeah,
Well, we want to see a little bit
I need a TikTok. I see you pulling away.
No, I always do this.
I don't know.
I'm waving. No, we want to see a demo reel of Ernest's work. Now, we got two of them. The first one we're going to play because there's just so much, but the first one we're going to play, and then we're going to close the show out with the second one. But let's see a little bit of Ernest Thomas in his demo reel. Did the techno? Oh, there he is. He's on.
All right, Albert.
Now we have several. This one right over here, top of the line, made of mahogany, has silk lining over goose down Betty, and a night light.
Mama, what about the blue one?
Oh, now the blue one is nice.
Oh, I don't like it.
You don't like that one.
It's a car, not an Oldsmobile. I like that.
Good taste.
Maxine, that costs a lot of money.
Now we got payment plans.
Well, can we put it in my phone?
Well, no. But the minister, I had something. They gave me a mission. I couldn't do it. I love y'all. To wire your car so it would explode when you turn the ignition. Add action.
All right, now.
Bradford.
Yeah.
What is this?
Bo's English test.
Well, there's a mistake.
Well, yeah, there are lots of mistakes. That's why there's an F on it.
You know, if Bo doesn't pass, he can't play the big game Friday. Either you make this right, or you'll be spending the summer teaching drivers ed. Honk, honk.
Hey, Miss Elmer.
Hey.
Who died?
Oh, Mr. Abernathy got decapitated by a flying hubcap. Tragic, tragic.
Is that his wife?
See ya. You don't know nobody, huh? Nobody wants your ass. You ain't got a friend, you ain't got a fucking relative, you ain't got a next door neighbor. God damn, I could punch your ass. I'll bust you in your mouth right now. Huh? What? Please. Well, I'm going to bed.
Oh, so what time you gonna be turning out the lights?
Oh, I don't care. You can stay up all night if you want. And there's some videos over there you're welcome to watch. I got Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Dead Zone, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, Death in Venice, Death Wish, Love and Death, Murder by Death, and Oso Shiki, aka Death Japanese style.
Cool. Thanks.
Still true. If
No,
it's
I
not,
have used the, you know.
ignore the last part. We're no longer
yeah.
with
My
him.
manager now is Casey Caldwell.
Casey
Yeah.
Caldwell.
Casey Caldwell. Yeah, and
Okay.
the best manager. Even though William was great too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, William was good, but he had Lunell, and she took up a lot. You know, that took up more time.
Wasn't she a comedian?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
she's huge now.
Oh,
yeah,
is she?
So in all fairness, you know, he had to give because he was hot.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah. But Lunell, a good friend. By the way.
What was it like for you looking back, seeing you do, all those scenes?
I fell in love with him all over again.
Mr. Omar.
I wish I could, marry him.
Whoa, that's a different show. I love it, but I
looking back,
understand what you're saying.
I just look at God, thanking God, because against all odds, especially the haters, and they were haters. One friend we were in acting school together, and he even put out that I had died. That's how much, yeah.
Oh,
But that just makes me that propels me and makes me pray harder and work harder to even be better. I want you to really be jealous.
oh,
So I'm gonna get you to. I want you to see. I'm gonna be even greater, so you can look at your head to hurt. You look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah. So when I look at that against all odds, what people said, I remember this one guy, and we were actors studying at the American Academy, best acting school in the world, and we did a thing for this education company, whatever. So it was two of us, and the guy told me, yeah, I don't see you ever doing comedy. It's just not your thing. I'm like, this asshole. And I just looked at him, and I didn't say nothing because my thing is, but I'm saying to you, you haven't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
And just who would know? But so I did mostly dramatic now. In fairness to him, in New York, that's all I did was dramatic.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that leads me into my first question. Was there any other career that you were interested in before you started acting? And if so, and you thought, I'm gonna that's my dream career, but my plan B is what? So
I'm torn between male exotic dancer and porn star. So no, but seriously, I thought about a social worker because we was on welfare and all that. So we had a social worker, and she was a missionary. That's how I became Pentecostal, Church of God in Christ, because of her. We're all Baptists up now. I started going to church with her at 12. So I just love the way she is counseling us and helping, So the first thing was the social worker. Actually, what my intention in graduating from Indiana State in psychology and sociology was to be a social worker. But then that acting bug hit in the junior year. But I'm thinking, no.
Is that what happened? You were doing a play at school, and
no. My friend Jake Smith, just me like you, making you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
He was 2 years older than I, and one of my closest fraternity brothers, older brother, and he just took a liking to me, like I was his son or his younger brother, and everything. He just cracked up. He said, "Ernie, you're an actor.
Yeah,
you can do anything else people do on TV and film." I said, I'm like, what are you talking about? So, of course, this is like foreign. And he kept that up. He said, at least try. So I took an acting course, got an A in it. And I remember the teacher, he's a smart guy with red hair, real red hair. And I did the class laughed at me because I did a speech, a Hamlet, and then I did a thing about the Gettysburg Address. And then I did something from some other, but because I did the Hamlet thing, I put a sheet over myself from the dorm room. When I came out, they started laughing until I spoke. Everybody got quiet because I don't know my power. I don't know that I'm that. I just want to mean what I'm saying. So after that, and he gave me an A, and he says, when the end of the class of the whole semester, that class period, he says, "Can I talk to you?" And he says, "You could do this for a living." I went, "Oh no. I'm going to be a social worker, but thank you." But it's something that just kept coming. I said, "God, this is insane."
Yeah.
Then it was a play, Julius Caesar. Romeo and Juliet, and I saw the the Zeffirelli version, which was brilliant, and I fell in love with the words.
Yeah.
Particularly the Prince Aeschylus or Aeschylus, we have some people pronounce it different. But anyway, so I auditioned, and they said, "Well, that guy, he's racist." The director, the teacher. He said, so I went in there and did my thing, and I did this. I was really copying Robert Stevens, brilliant actor, and so I went over there and did my thing, and he says, "I don't know about y'all, it's all actors." And I said, "I don't know about y'all, but I'd like to hear that one more time." So I did it again, yeah. And so I'm like, but then, now they hate because they're actors. I'm somebody, I'm just taking a. And so we traveled, we toured with it. It was one of the few plays that we actually toured. So I did autographs way before back even then. Yeah. I did autographs. So you're talking about, God, this was in 68, 69.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
the fun days.
Yeah, but I remember that feeling of writing my signature on the little playbills. And, but sorry from Jake Smith. Jake Smith, who didn't want anything. His wife hated my guts. She didn't think I was funny at all. And, but Jake just had that. It was incredible. He just really believed that. So I said, I hope all of you get a friend who believes in you more than you believe in yourself, who sees in you what you don't see. Jake saw, so when I auditioned, he found out that the American Academy was having auditions at the LaSalle Hotel in Chicago. The school's in New York, but it's over 100 years old, but they go regional to find actors. And so he said, "Ernie, you got to go." And I looked at that list of people, all these big stars, and when I said, "Oh no, they don't want my black ass." Right? So we go anyway, because of Jake, we drive there, it's 3 hours away or whatever. And I get called. I said, "Jake, I can't." He said, "Ernie, I will whoop your ass." And he never did that. He said, "Get out of the car. You're gonna be accepted." And when I bought the Schlitz malt liquor. We're gonna celebrate. That's how confident he was.
Wow.
So I went only because he's pushing me. Right. So I tell me, in spite of the fear, I went, and what I did in that acting class, I just did those same things. I jumped onto the top of the chair when I did one of the speeches, and so he looked at me, and after I'd done it, I said, "Oh Lord, why did I jump on the chair?" But the guy saying, his name was Charles Raison. He was one of the executive directors of the Academy, and he says, "Welcome to the American Academy of Drama."
Yeah.
So God is just but still, what am I doing? What am I going to do with this? My degree is going to be in sociology and psychology, but this thing, I can't shake it. It won't leave me alone, right? And so I against all, I got a job, 6 figures at the it was a big at the head. They were training me to be head of human resources, human relations, and. But I only did it so I can get money for the American Academy.
For the Academy.
So I had to act that role out.
It's your day job.
Everyone thinking that I said, "Oh yeah, they don't know I'm playing the lead because September is when the class."
Right.
So I quit. I resigned. Everybody's so shocked and all that. Yeah. My mother, everyone thought I lost my mind. How do you quit a job to become a student? Yeah. Not for another, become a student. But again, I still give Christ the glory for it, and me, because there are a lot of people who believe, but they don't have that. You have that tenacity, that stick-to-itiveness, that do or die.
So you got started way back in the day, and
hold up.
All right, not way back, but
too far back.
Back a little bit.
That's too far back. So
now you've seen a lot, obviously. Can you just tell us
Yeah.
or list a couple ways that the actors world is different now, both creatively
Yeah.
and business wise,
Yeah.
from when you first started out?
Yeah.
There's a lot of changes
Oh
happening.
man. Oh my Lord. Definitely social media, the international, the world,
Yeah.
the World Wide Web changed everything. It changed
Yeah.
everything in a positive way, in that, with all due respect to Warner Brothers and Paramount, you don't need them. You can actually start YouTubers who are making,
right.
they're multimillionaires, and you don't know their names. So that just shows the power of the internet.
Yeah.
But also, if you don't have enough numbers up,
Oh, it's all about
your Instagram,
numbers and
and you know,
likes.
so
And,
they will hire you. If you up for a part,
yeah.
there could be someone with lesser talent, but still
That's
they're good.
right.
They will take them because the social media
Right.
is there.
Yes.
They got it. They can
Right.
promote it and promote the
That's
film
right.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So my daughter lost a part. They told her, "No offense, you got to get your social media game
Yeah,
together." She went,
it's true.
"You kidding
I
me?"
have so many friends that work at
Yeah.
in A&R positions,
Yeah.
so music, and then people who are
Yeah.
big guys
Yeah.
in film,
Yeah.
and they said, well, you know what, if we have to make a decision, if we have two actors
Yeah.
that are comparable in looks and talent, we're going to look now
Yeah.
at their social media.
Yeah.
How many followers do they have? Because you know what? Those are followers who are going to pay money
Yeah, yeah.
to go to the movies and
Yeah.
buy the tickets
Yes.
or rent it,
Yes.
and that's what it comes down to
Yes.
now.
And I can show the power of that. I did a film, Parole, which you saw.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Parole. For some
Parole.
people saw me cussing on. So it was a Pan-African Film Festival.
Yeah.
The guy gave us one theater for one night. And so everyone said, "Ernie, do your emails." So the
Yeah.
email blast on. I'm like, I don't know it. This okay. Okay. It was packed.
Yeah.
No seats
Yeah.
because of just emailing.
Yes.
They had to give my niece a chair. They found a chair for her.
Yeah.
That's when I knew the power.
Yes, that is the way of the world
It's
today.
powerful.
It is so
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
And here's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing that a lot of actors, they just want to focus on the craft. They just want to work on their lines. They just want to do that. They don't want to do the business part. But
Okay.
you know what? This is called show business,
Yes.
not something else. It's got to
to.
become part of your world. You got to learn
Well,
something.
you definitely know.
You got
And
to.
your husband, y'all
Mhm.
are. But I was hard headed. And then the young people, my
The young
proteges,
people, yeah.
tell me, "Hey, you
And
got to
if you
get with
don't
the
want to
program.
do it, hire somebody to do
Yeah,
it for
yeah.
you.
And that's what.
But it's got to be done to keep you relevant.
And so when I notice when you do it, people are like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Yeah.
And that you helping people.
Yeah.
I might put a prayer, a sermon up.
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Hey, I went through this. Oh, thank you so much. I heard that." So not only that, yeah, you promoted your career, but also yourself.
Right.
Yourself.
Yeah.
People see the real,
Yeah.
the true you.
And you got to get out there and you
You
got to
gotta do
network and market.
and
You
net-
got
all
to
of
do
that.
the business part.
And that's why I failed with the networking. Meeting here you got Burt Reynolds giving you his personal. This guy's number one at the box office 5 years.
Yeah.
I met him 76 or whatever. He loves me,
Yeah.
But I don't feel like why should I call him? And I was shy and being shy. I tell people for whatever reason I posted this and I said I had opportunities when I'm meeting these great people. Richard Pryor, his wife invited me. Red Fox invited me personally to his thing. Then Lena Horne, all these people. But just I didn't follow up.
Yeah.
But now, as a producer, because I'm producing it, I know I got to act that role out, and then I love it. Once I
Once you get
enjoy
into it,
yeah. But you gotta
you have
do
to
the small talk.
It's
The
true.
small talk. You gotta do the small talk.
I mean, think of it. If you're an actor, you are a business. You are an entity.
You are an
You are
entity.
self-employed.
Tell them
You
again.
got to be
Tell them
the
again.
accounts payable, accounts receivable,
Tell 'em.
marketing,
Tell 'em.
branding,
They don't get that
research,
part.
development,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you do because you are selling yourself,
Yeah.
especially these days.
Especially
It's harder than ever.
Ooh,
There's so
baby.
much competition.
And it took
out
me a
there.
while. It took me a while.
It's
Yeah.
really,
It's
you
so
really
many
have to
competition.
focus on
As a
that.
matter of fact, I had where are they now? Oprah's people called, and they said,
Oprah Winfrey.
yeah." I said, "Oh, okay." So then that's when I wasn't into it. I did a little bit, and so the agent said, "Yeah, Ernie." They said, "Yeah, tell him to get his social stuff."
It's social media.
Well, I said, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, they said, "Yeah, can he?"
But
So I
kids,
didn't even know that was a
kids
even
these
with the
days,
name. What I did didn't matter.
they have their phones go 150 miles an hour.
And I
but
love
for
it,
us, it's harder.
Yeah, that's part of this. I'm not saying that to put them down.
Yeah.
That's with everyone.
But they were
They're
born
looking
with social
Yeah,
media.
and even I now. You
Yeah.
know, when I have an independent project that I want,
Yeah.
I'm looking at how you doing on Instagram,
Yeah.
Face. I do it like
I know it's so sad, but
you got to.
you gotta make
So,
sure all your stuff is posted. And then, as if you are an older person, get a cousin, a child, make those little bitches work for you. You got these
Good
kids,
point.
you gave them some damn diapers,
Yes,
put a
yes.
nipple in their mouth,
Yes.
make them work for your
get
ass.
someone.
Get out here and up my numbers. you
Good people.
little-
They hire people, and they don't know it's not you.
Yeah, there's people who
Yeah.
manage your content.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to talk about as far as did you ever what do you consider one of your biggest success stories? You've had so many, but I'm talking professionally, because you've done so many projects, acting opposite Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who will never, ever
He's
have
one
the
of greatest.
opportunities
I'm not saying that
you have.
He's
But
just
there's
one of the
gotta
best.
be
I don't
one.
know him like that, but I just think he's one
But
of the greatest.
I mean, how many actors get to work?
yeah.
I mean, how many get to do that? So there have been so many.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah, put me
All
on the
right.
spot.
Who has been your favorite actor and actress, like celebrity, A-list, mega mogul, out of this world famous that you've worked with and that you enjoyed it the most? And why did you enjoy it the most?
I would have to go with Sidney Poitier. I don't think anyone supersedes him. Yeah. Now, because I grew up watching, and very few blacks in film and TV. And then he wins the Oscar on top of that. So I see.
Raisin in the Sun, was it?
No, Lilies
what
of
was
the
it?
Field.
Lilies of the Field.
So I could identify with, and he was so dignified and a gifted actor, but such class.
Yeah.
He was like a king. He's like royalty.
Yeah.
So, but thinking at that time, I'm just a TV watcher. I'm not, never thinking, then becoming an actor, but thinking, if I want to be like him.
Yeah.
So I would, I deliberately copied him in ways.
Remember that scene he did when he was the teacher? What was that line?
To serve with love.
Yeah, to serve with
Oh,
love.
yeah.
Oh, that line, I cannot
favorite.
remember it, but it was so good. I remember being so engrossed in what he said.
That's some good.
Yeah.
It was to the class?
Yeah, it was to the class. Something about, you'll call me Mr. Tibbs. Or,
no, that actually line was from another film, though.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. It's called Call Me
He was
Mr.
the
Tibbs.
teacher.
But this one, he was a detective.
Okay. Got it. All right.
But
I
one
like
of the
that
best.
line anyway.
Yeah, but
You will call me.
but Sidney, I started carrying myself as if I was his son.
Yeah.
So he was my imagined.
And what project did you work with him on?
Piece of the Action.
Oh, was that a film or
It was
television?
a film with James Earl Jones, Bill Cosby, Michelle, Nichols.
Oh, Nichelle Nichols from Star Trek?
No, not her. Another Nichols. I can't think of her.
Okay.
But those, James Earl Jones, Bill Cosby, and him. And I wasn't trying to audition. I was on hiatus. That's when you're on vacation from
Yeah.
your sitcom. So I went with a friend who wanted me to help her. Oh, help my mic.
The mic's gone.
Oh,
There it is. Oh, it's under there. There we go. Hopefully.
Okay. All right. Hopefully I wasn't muffled with you guys. But anyway, so I went to help him, and then Sydney saw me. He says, "Hey, man, I watch you. What's happening?" I said, I'm sorry. You don't have to do that. I told him, I said, you don't watch the show, but thank you. Anyway. He said, what do you mean? He starts demonstrating a scene I did with this girl. Oh yeah, I was talking to this girl on behalf of Dwayne's. I went over there, and so she says, Raj, I heard you a cool guy. Are you a cool guy? And I said, cool. You got changed on Ice Cube. That's what he did. He did that scene. That's what I knew. I said, you got to be kidding me. So he says, I know you want to be in my. I said, well, you don't want to be in my. I said, of course. But I wanted a break. But I'm like, what am I talking about? This is Sidney Poitier. And thank God. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he said later was at Quincy Jones' house for a politician in New York. I can't think of the guy's name, but a fundraiser for him. And everybody, the who's who of stars, and Sidney told everyone, "Hey, I owe this guy for that." He said he got me real cheap. Now he was upset. I signed. I said, "No, I'm doing this. I don't care what you say. I want to be with Sidney Poitier. I don't care what the So he told I owe him, and that made me feel. Yeah, he told me I owe him, and I had him. I made to make him laugh. Yeah, I made him laugh because as we were leaving, we had when the what you call when they park your car for you. Valet. So valet parking. I had at that time my car was not the best. Okay, it was one of those.
It wasn't breathing.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was kind of a. Yeah, it wasn't the Rolls. Everybody got these Rolls Royces and Mercedes. So I'm like, oh, now we outside waiting. Oh no. Sydney's gonna see my car, right? So the guy comes up and I said, how dare you insult me? You know damn well. And Sydney was laughing so hysterically. I said, how dare, don't insult me in front of Sydney. So, but just to make him laugh. Yeah. Oh, I know. That is the greatest thing when you have friends that are huge celebrities and you can make them laugh and you're thinking, this is a person who is a megastar and you make him laugh. I love that. Now, what about female actors who is, I'm trying to see who you played with so many. Not because you look at Sydney, then Denzel came. Denzel Washington. Yeah, so that was in Denzel. And you got to be open to learning at all times. Yeah. And Denzel told me because we're doing a scene. I thought because Spike loved it, I was trying to repeat the same thing. Right. And he says, no, you don't ever, perfection is boring. Yeah. Just be whatever the mood, whatever, go with that, the truth of that moment. So don't try to do it exactly. And but I'm trying to think of female. I was definitely impressed with Angela Bassett, but at that time, announced it, at that time she was not a name. But before she did what's love got to do with it? Yeah. So I didn't have. It's mostly but Mabel. I would say Mabel King because I saw her on Broadway in The Wiz. So as far as being a female star, she played my mother. And she was Eveline in The Wiz, and I saw her about 15. I saw her about 15 times in New York. So I cannot believe that she's playing my mother. Yeah. And a woman who could. She's a big girl. She's a big but she could dance. She could dance. She was like you, extremely creative. Everything. Oh, baby, do it this way, and it was always better. She could tell you. Right. Yeah. You can see that she was so natural as your mom. Now, tips for the people who are aspiring actors. Everything is so expensive. Headshots not so much anymore because with the invention of cell phones and iPads, you pretty much can do. You can take your own damn headshots. Don't be paying any money. I thought about that. You just filter. Yeah, you can do your own. Don't
pay anybody for
Yeah.
headshots. That is not a smart use of your money.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because you can get anybody to shoot you. They got all
Yeah.
kinds of filters that
Right.
you can make yourself
I
look like
didn't
a
know
million.
that till just now. I'm
Yeah,
still never know.
don't even
Okay.
worry about it.
All right.
Woo! Photographers don't
Okay.
come after
All
me.
right.
But then there's acting classes. There's,
Yeah.
of course, if you're an actor or you come out here to be an
Yeah.
actor, there are websites that just kind of are mandatory, or
Yeah.
they are something you add to your
Yes,
toolkit,
yes.
which are actorsaccess.com.
Yes,
Then they got, is it casting?
Yeah,
LA Casting or Casting
yeah.
Network.
Yeah.
These are websites, only two, I'm sure there are more, but
yeah.
these are the two legitimate,
Yeah.
prominent ones. Oh, there's Central Casting for background.
Right.
But these are websites that you have to, whether you like it or not,
Yeah.
you have to be on,
Yeah.
because these are the sites
Yeah.
that A-list casting directors go to
yeah.
to look for people to play
Yes,
characters,
yes,
right?
yeah.
But they're expensive. They can
Yeah.
run you know, even if you're going to be on IMDb
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
you have to pay for the
Yeah,
picture, then you have
yeah.
to pay an annual fee.
Yes.
And for an actor, $60, $70, $80 is a lot.
Yes,
But like I
yes.
tell people, if you got to think about not lump summing it. You
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
think about, okay, there's 365 days in the year. I got to pay my annual dues.
Mm.
So divided into 365 days, how much do I have to save every day? 20 cents? Get an envelope, put it in, piggyback. And then that's the same way I tell
love
people to
that.
do their taxes. I have so many people that owe so much money and they wait, and then they have to think about paying their taxes,
Oh,
thousands of dollars.
Oh.
But if you just save a little bit, right? So
I love
you
that.
have to, be
Yeah.
on these sites.
Yeah.
So there's also, how would you suggest prioritizing a beginning actor if they're on the budget? What do you think is the most important
Well,
thing?
don't do what I did. When I came out, I refused to get a job. I
Right.
just said, I didn't want to, when I said not a B plan,
Yeah.
I also didn't want any plan.
Yeah, okay.
So I felt that was a distraction,
do
but
that.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
So I tell
You
my, when I mentor actors, and I said, look, get your job, and this is a win-win at a restaurant. But you want to try to find a restaurant you see celebrities go.
Yeah.
So now you got
That's
the possibility, so we're networking, right?
Right.
And you always look your best, whatever colors that are good for your skin,
Yes.
whatever color, be on time with that, all right?
Yes.
And be ready. If you need to do a monologue, be ready to throw down and
Always have a monologue
something
in your
ready.
back pocket,
Yes,
a comedy and a drama.
And you're selling when you go on. What do you have? Whatever.
Yeah.
They're observing you,
Right.
right? So and you got the mindset. Look at me. Go.
Yeah.
We're show business. We're the only job where you said, look at me.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So you got the networking going on.
Yeah.
You eat. You
Yeah.
got food. You
Yeah.
got meals.
Yeah.
Right. You got tips. You got a salary.
Yeah.
But the tips could supersede even the.
That's right.
So now you have an acting workshop. You have all these different personalities.
Right.
And baby, you're going to call them.
Right.
One day you're going to go,
Right.
oh, I know exactly how to play that.
Right.
There was that lady or the guy that sat with the
Yeah.
crazy hat.
Mhm.
So all those things. So if you're a beginning actor, get a job as a waiter.
Yeah.
But try to get one where they go, but they don't just have, the fact is you still have that acting workshop there.
Right. Of course.
And you got tips.
Yeah.
You don't have to struggle. But
Yeah.
no, we don't need that. We don't
Yeah.
need the stress
It's
of
true.
money. As
People are
artists,
thinking about
we
that.
can't. Yeah, we can't handle that.
People come-
It affects us.
Yes. People come out here. If you think you're going to come out here and you're going to be a star,
Yeah.
in one day you're
Yeah,
going back
yeah,
the same day on the Greyhound.
Yeah.
But you've got to, I would suggest that
Yeah.
people save. You've
Yeah.
got to
Yeah,
think
you're
it
right.
is
You gotta
very
say why you-
expensive.
yeah.
Before
When
you
get the
come out
job,
here,
before you get
before you come out
I'll
here,
shut up.
before you come out here, start saving
Saving.
because it's very expensive out here. It's very expensive in New York.
Yeah.
And let's talk about you thinking, oh, I'll get into a roommate situation. Well, listen to me.
Mhm.
People out here, if you get into a roommate situation, they've got personalities that you may not get along with.
Oh,
They
baby.
may be dirty and they're a slob, or you could be the slob. One of you.
Yeah, that didn't work for me at all.
And
Yeah.
what do you have to focus on as an actor? You got to be reading your lines, focusing on your lines.
Yeah,
If you're stressed out about
Yeah.
worrying where you're going to get money to pay for your rent,
yes.
or the roommate bitching, you cannot be creative.
Yes.
You cannot
Yes.
focus on
Yeah.
being an actor.
Yeah.
So save enough money
Yeah.
that you could at least pay for your own rent
Right.
for
Which
a
I didn't
year.
do too. These are all things
Yeah.
I would do if I was starting.
Yeah. And back then, there was no internet, so you couldn't do any research.
No.
You didn't know what was out here. I didn't know when I moved out here in 92, it was so segregated. It's like
Yes.
Beverly Hills is an hour
Yeah.
here, and this
Yeah,
is an
yeah.
hour here, and this. So do your research before you come out here.
Yes.
But if you can possibly save at least enough for a
Yes.
year's rent, gas and electric, and don't think you're going to be taking the bus to an audition out here.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
can do it. The bus system's gotten better, but it's not, it's
Yeah.
too stressful. Plus, it's depressing.
Yeah.
You're on a damn bus going to an
So
audition.
I took the bus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
You have to,
And then,
but you're
when I got
thinking,
the job-
oh, am I going to get there on time? Oh, you're so stressed out.
Yeah. But I will say also, as a beginning actor, and this is very important, that you have to think into you are you are a corporation, you are an entity,
Yes.
and you got to get your administration together. So because of the World Wide Web, we have more power. God bless us with the World Wide Web.
Yes.
So
No
you can't wait
excuse.
on anybody. You can't wait. Ain't nobody coming in
Yeah.
on a white horse and
right.
rescue you. You got to get, if you can't write, get a friend who can.
That's right.
You got UCLA out here. You got USC. You got the American Film Institute. They're people. They're starving. They're hungry. Right?
Right,
They're hungry.
right.
So go there. So you know
Right.
what?
Yeah.
You're gonna be. You cinematographer. You can
And make friends with people.
Yeah.
Right.
But you gotta create what
Make
Miguel
your
did.
own- Yeah.
Miguel,
Make
you
your
got.
own
When are you gonna
project.
stop being a slave?
Yeah.
And as actors now, we were slaves.
Yeah.
Now again, hey, it's a great industry. I'm not
Yeah.
here to complain
Yeah.
about Hollywood.
Right.
God bless Hollywood.
But you got to prepare
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
You got to be.
Yeah, you gotta have,
cautious and-
and know that you can make it happen today.
Yeah.
The thing about the World Wide Web right now, Priscilla and I can say, we have an idea for a couple things. The Odd Couple, you and I, we're gonna be having We can put that on the internet and get X amount of hits. Somebody, because the agents have people scouring the internet
Yes.
at their office
Right.
to find the latest thing.
That's
So
right.
they're all competing against the other one to get
Yeah.
the latest thing. That's the power you have. But you can't, if you can't create, find something. But you got to start. You have stories.
Yes.
Your mama got stories. Your next door
Yes.
neighbor got stories.
Yes.
So you got to. I wish I had that in '75.
I know. We didn't have
We're none of that.
anything
Y'all
coming
got
out
it.
here.
We said
No excuse. That's right. So many people complainers, and there's no excuse for you to not shoot your own stuff,
Yes.
edit your own
Yes.
stuff, and if you don't know how to do it, guess
That's
what?
Good point.
Go to YouTube.
Yes.
They have
They got
how-to
that.
videos
My
on
Lord.
everything.
Y'all better listen to
You
this.
better
I'm
listen to
telling
that
you,
shit.
we're trying to make you independent. We're going to unleash
Yeah.
the greatness in you.
Yeah, no
And
excuse.
No excuses.
Yeah.
And that's why I get so bored with actors. I say, you know what? I can't believe you right
No.
now. You got the World Wide Web.
You got everything.
Today, you could
free.
shoot something and push a button. That's all. And
That's
it's
right.
It's
Yeah.
someone in Iceland.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And there's
Spain,
apps. You know,
some millionaire, I liked it. I want because they just want to finance.
that's
showbiz.
right.
Everybody
Yeah.
loves entertainment.
That's right.
So no
And
excuses.
and you don't have the excuse of saying, "Oh, I can't afford to go to film school, or I can't afford to go to
no,
college," because everything
It's
you
on
need to
the
learn is
YouTube.
on the YouTube.
Thank you.
It's on
It's
the web.
on
You
the
will
web.
just
Yes.
type it, and it will
Yes.
come.
Worldwide.
You know?
Yes. yes.
So no excuses.
No excuses.
And
yeah.
now, is there anything that you find particularly challenging these days. Now, the reason I'm asking that is because I get a lot of people who are older who want to be, who have always wanted to become an actor.
Yeah.
Lady worked at the post office. She said, I just wanted to be in one thing, but I'm too old now. No, the lady who was on ER, I can't remember her name, African-American lady. She started, she was a nurse. She got tired of her husband and her job in the same day and quit them both. And I can't remember her name, but and she signed herself up for acting classes, and she ended up becoming,
that show's been running for
it was running. So I personally don't think there's an excuse for you to be even old to say you can't. Because look at
it's never too late. Where is the beef? Right. Yeah. You can actually be in the hospital on your deathbed, and they can shoot the scene, and you can get an Oscar.
That's right. That's right.
That's how. Yeah.
Better than nothing.
And I'll tell you this: people demonize the business, but we were ahead of the preachers. We were ahead of the government. We told people about anti-Semitism. We told people about racism. We told people about AIDS. We were always ahead of, this is how. We're trying to show you, this is how you deal with it. See the mean part of you. We're going to show you when you can evolve. But they weren't talking, Hollywood talked about AIDS before anyone. Yeah. Hollywood had interracial guests who come to dinner. Come on, that in the South they couldn't even play it. But Kramer, who's a Jewish guy whose family went to the Holocaust, he knows what racism is about. He dares to shoot this film and then tell the studio. He's like, "Well, what do you know?" Well, it's with Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy. They don't know that Sydney's going to be playing the love interest of a white blonde girl, right? But how we're always ahead of the ministers. Right. Everybody, with all their holiness, they were afraid of the truth. They're pushing but Hollywood, thank God. We got some craziness. We got more good. More God. You think that they took all the entertainment out of the world today, music and all that, how boring? I think people would commit suicide. Yes, we are the last frontier for sanity. I always say Christ is the light of the world, but on this level, on the entertainment, and we're the light of the world. We're without artists. Are you kidding me? Imagine without artists, how? There are people who tell me, man, I was so miserable when I watched your show, or my husband was abusive, or my daddy was beating me with his fist, but to watch your show for that half hour. So we give people relief, we give people joy, we give people hope. Yes. Only this. And sometimes it's a mother and father to children, especially when they have to work. Yes. It's great, but it takes a lot. This ain't everybody. This is a heavyweight division of life. And people say, well, you think you're better? No, it's not about being better. It's this. Being the light of the world is a burden because we have to channel characters. We have to become a murderer. Then we got to become a priest. Then we got to be a guy who loves his children. Then we got to be a child molester. And then we got to exercise those demons and become normal again. And do it. So, we don't have the norm. So we are special. With the method and then the English math as an actor. Beretta, what's the guy? He did. Tony. Beretta. What's his name? Somebody. What's his name? Anybody? James. Tony. Beretta. Robert Blake. You're like Tony. He did In Cold Blood. Yeah. And because he got kills everybody now. And it traumatized him. I think he did 2 years in a sanitarium. It disturbed him. Yeah. Wow. Was that before Beretta? Much later. Yeah. So to get into that, but you have, so people understand. How do you do that as an actor? I mean, if you're playing a really sinister character. You find one. Because you got to become it, right? Especially if you're method. How do you let it go? Well, or do you keep a part if you can't find some director, you can go on YouTube and see interviews. That's right. You can see that. Oh yeah. And they tell you about it. So you create this world. Right. But you do your research. How do you get out though?
it's easy for an actor
Yeah.
to get in, but I hear that a lot of actors carry those characters.
I think meditation, I would say prayer, but somebody you can meditate. Hey, you can meditate, think on good thoughts. Because one kid asked me, well, he said, well, I'm an atheist. What do you tell me? I said, but you believe in good things, right?
Yeah.
So think on good things.
Yeah.
You know, that's what, you know, there's more good when good existed before you did that role.
Right.
So you got to get back on that, think of things in the past.
Right.
But I'm just present, just the fact that you're alive and breathing and that you're going to do something. Hey, now this prepared me for something even good. I know now that I can accomplish something, you know, a difficult role, right? But yeah, so you have to, because if you don't, that's why actors drink. That's why they
think about
become bipolar.
Right.
We are quirky.
You can get into
you can't
the
help
character,
the quirk, but coming out
is serious.
So when people say, you think, yeah, we are a special breed.
Everybody thinks they can be an actor.
No, you can't, no, because you don't, with the other jobs, you don't have to pretend.
Yeah.
When the camera hits your eyes, so you're Priscilla, who love you, loving people. But you, in this one, you're abusive parent. Yeah. When the camera hits your eyes and you tell that child you're nothing, I wish you would die. We have to believe it. So that's a lot of mental transformation. Now, and we got to, now when we get through with the film, we go back to our children or our loved ones, and we got to be normal. Yeah. To mom
and you can't have that hatred that you had.
So we don't have the normal. We are a special breed. Yeah. Everyone can do this.
No, you can't. You think you can be an actor?
You can be a reality show. Just be yourself. That's one thing. And I love reality. But as an actor, it's a whole.
It's a lot more to it. Now let's talk stereotypes. Okay. All right. So back in the day when I was I don't know if you know this, but I used to be a plus size model. Yes, I was. I was a plus size model. Really?
How many photos?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll tell you how I got started. But obviously, I booked jobs that required my puffy fluffiness, right? Because I was a plus size model. I'll tell you straight. Okay. So I was doing. Was it the LA Opera? I met this lady when I was doing Der Rosenkavalier at the LA Opera, and she said, oh my gosh, you have such, well, I don't want to toot my horn, but you have such a pretty face. I would love to introduce you to my friend Winnie McKay. She owns a company called the LA Circus, right? And they need someone to be who? The fat lady. I'm okay with it. It was paying $1,500.
Oh, yes.
I'm all about that.
Yes.
Because it was a photo, you know how fine art photographers shoot different scenes? So this particular, he was a very famous photographer. His name was Wayne Schoenfeld. God bless him. He's not with us now. But the feature was the fat lady in the beautiful costumes in 1920. So I got to wear, so I went for the audition. I'm like, well, what do you do? I never model. I don't know what to do. Yeah. But it's just the look, right? So I had the look. He said, oh, you are absolutely perfect. And here's what it pays. And this is the time commitment. And here's what sealed it for me. The money was fine, but you get your own trailer because I needed air. You know, I can't do without air. I said, well, it was hot because it was summertime. And it was at Stevenson Ranch, which I don't know if you know. I've very hot. It was like 114 in the shade. So I said, well, I would love to do it. It sounds like so much fun, but is it shooting outside? Because I'm also allergic to the sun, Ernest. Highly allergic. So he said, well, how about if we get you a trailer? And I'm like, okay, that sounds good. I got my trailer with a little paper. I mean, it was like a little paper. They drew little stars on it with magic marker. But still, and I don't care. I was in the trailer in the air.
You sat outside?
When we had to go, it was under the tent because the lady, Winnie McKay, she owned the circus, and she went to see her, and she said, oh, we got to send you over to Wayne. And that's when he saw me and said I would be perfect. So I booked the role as the plus size model for, it was called Icons and Iconoclasts. and it was about people from the
Yes.
circus in the 20s. You know, the fat lady, the bearded lady,
yes,
like.
yes.
So I booked the job, and I was like, wow. I was so excited. And then I guess I did a good job. And I showed up on time, which is very important.
Show up
If you're
on time.
If you're on time, you're already late.
That's right.
Mhm.
Thank you for
As
that.
far
Yeah,
as
yeah.
on the set goes.
Yeah.
So I just thought, oh, that was so nice. And then he said, well, I don't know. And I had to turn him down. Okay. So he said, Priscilla, I loved working with you. He said, because when you're shooting a circus, there's so many people in the scene.
Right.
But as a director and a producer, he's looking at each person. Is that person doing the job?
Oh,
Is it doing?
yeah.
So he was watching me, and afterward he came up to me and he told me, he said, you were really in character and blah, blah, blah. So I said, well, thank you. So he said, I don't know how you'd feel about this, but do you remember when Leonard Nimoy of Star Trek, he did a whole photo shoot on fluffy women but they were in the nude. And I thought, he said, I would love for you to be it. Yeah. So, and it was very, and this guy, and I said, oh, well, I don't even want to see my own shit in the mirror.
Yeah.
When I take my clothes off, it's like the Hanging Garden of Babylon. I am not looking at it, and I don't want anybody else to be looking at my shit. So he said, well, thank you so much, but I'm going to pass.
Oh.
And I would never have done that, but he was so nice. So he referred me to another huge, to this day, this man is so huge in Paris. His name is Gerard Ranison, and he does fine art photography, is shooting, creating scenes of what your image of something is. So he referred me to this other fine art photographer, and I got hired to be he was recreating Jesus Christ at the what was it when the 12 disciples, the Last Supper.
Oh,
yes, but it was so weird because I got booked again for the job as a model in the scene where he was recreating Jesus, and then I was one of the disciples, but the whole table, you know how Jesus had the wine, well, we had hot dogs and hamburgers and pizza, and we're all fat and shit, and it's like a bunch of old fat people in good costumes, and we had to act like I had a hot dog, so I had to go, you know, so that was my shot. But I loved it. And then I just kept booking all these modeling jobs. Yeah. Oh, I am in the centerfold of the Paris magazine. I booked the centerfold. I will show it to you. See, I should have brought all my stuff. I didn't bring any of my stuff.
I never heard
this. I got the centerfold. This, I think, is what you were talking about earlier. Remember, this is my tip.
Okay.
When you are wishing for something, make sure you're specific, because everything that I wished for to be has come true, but not on the scale. Like when I was little, I was looking in the magazine and I said, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to be a model. Yay, ha, 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 ha. Well, I didn't become a model, but I did become a plus side model. I wasn't specific. I didn't say sports model, damn it. But I booked a cover. It was a centerfold. And Paris, it's called Paris Match. It's equivalent to, what's the big magazine here? Vogue. Yeah, it's equivalent to Vogue in Paris. Also, my portrait is 50-foot high and 50-foot wide in Germany, and our exhibit went to. I had a friend call me up, my friend Isabel, who's French. She said, "Oh my God, we were on vacation in Germany, and we went to the museum, and I saw you in the Last Supper, 50-foot high." I didn't even know about that. Russia. No, this was a couple years ago. But it was touring.
Do you have photos of it?
Oh God, yeah, I do. And I'm also in coffee books, and plus I got a whole.
And this guy you said, he's so famous.
Oh,
You
Wayne
said-
Schoenfeld, he's dead now.
Oh.
But Gerard is still doing
Okay.
every.
Okay.
And then I was in a coffee book by the guy, the very famous director who shot Nirvana, Smell of Teen Spirit. Can't remember his name now, but
okay.
I'm in all kinds of
Yeah.
coffee books and stuff. But the point is, be
Be
very
specific.
specific, because when I was little, I said, "Oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
be a producer. I'm going to win an Oscar." Well, I didn't win an Oscar, but I have my little tiny
Yeah.
Oscar-esque.
Yeah.
I wasn't specific. And I said, "Oh, I want to be an actor." So I became all of the
Yeah.
things I said,
Yeah.
but I wasn't
But
specific.
specific.
You gotta
Gotta be.
you gotta get it down.
Yes.
I'm going to win an Oscar.
Yes, yes,
Or
yes, yes.
you have to.
Yeah,
You gotta
yes.
be specific.
You have to.
You do.
Very good point. Very
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
because a lot of people just make wishes
Yeah.
and they can come true.
Yeah.
But you gotta be
Yeah.
specific
Yeah.
about what
Well,
they
when I
are.
wanted to meet
I
Muhammad
think.
Ali because when I was doing my drugs, the drug dealer felt sorry for me. He said, "Look, you know, I bet Ali would like you, like that. You should get." I went, "Okay." And I just remembered that, when you just tired, you have no more money to buy drugs. I went, maybe Ali would help me, because I was staying at the YMCA, this whole other thing. But so I went to get the local magazine stand, and any photos of Ali, I'll take those, and I have him in that YMCA, and I just let God, I want to meet him. And a week later, my friend, the same one that pretended to be the manager that got me into Mel, interview me, we were in Hollywood on a side street. This is the power of God and vision. This lady, I don't forget, it was a white lady, but I say that because I want to be specific. She was a white lady, and she says, she doesn't know my rides, what's happening. She says, came up to the car. "Hey, Muhammad Ali's at a magic shop. Now it looks like it's closed, the gate, but just open it and go right on in." Then she went away. And my friend looked at me, he says, "You're a damn warlock." Because he knew I was, so then people thought that I was into black magic or something. Because I was staring at that. And before him, it was cool in the game, because I said, I bet they would like me. So I focused on them first. At the YMCA, all of a sudden this huge limo comes up, and it was a female driver. Cool in the game.
Wow. So I bet you met Searle Toon.
I met all of them. Yeah, all of them. So they were playing, so just so the power of them, and being specific.
Yes.
And Ali was just how I thought and I just didn't have I couldn't ask.
You were specific.
I don't want to ask them. I clammed up in pride, except that I couldn't say I needed help.
Yeah.
But with Ali, it took 3 months. But he looked at me because he can see through people.
Yeah.
So when he saw me, he says,
"Were you in the film Ali?"
No.
You just knew Muhammad Ali.
I just
You
knew,
were
yeah. And so he says, he knew he liked the rock. He liked the rock fly. I don't know why. He just loved that. You meet the rappers, Tupac, Method Man. You would think rappers would think that would be corny, but they love what's happening.
that. Yeah.
So he says, "Look, you need any help? I'm at the YMCA." I said, "Oh no, I'm good." I said, "I need your autograph." So he looked at me like, he looked at me like, you lying. So he's doing this. With staring, with like angry, like you're not being real.
Yeah.
So he says, "Okay, here's my number in case you do." And I go, "Okay," with 3 months, and I tell kids, "Look, don't let your pride get in the way.
Yeah.
You need help. I suffered for no reason."
Right.
But being specific again with what's happening. I didn't know about looking at Cooley High, the film. I wanted that role.
That's right.
That role,
Yes.
I was calling that. Nobody else could get that
No
role.
one's gonna get it.
Yeah, and then even bringing it back 7 years later, well, even the cast wasn't into it. No one thought that would be. It was always one man alone.
Yeah.
Me against the world.
Yeah.
So here I am. The producers are telling me no. I'm one of the writers, when I did the Jefferson, I asked him, "Could you help me write it?" He said, "Ernie, Amos and Andy will come on before another was happening."
Right.
The president of Sony, God bless, he said, "Ernie, there's no audience."
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Ernie, my agent dropped me, the manager dropped me. like I'm losing it. I started this signature campaign, you know, been going on, a lot of people signing it. When I presented the treatment to Herman Rush and the secretary, Love Females, women have been so vital in my career. The secretary says, before you hand them that, why don't you write a little letter? Why? Why do you think?
Yeah.
You know, and then I wrote how I was mobbed at Disneyland and Magic, which is true, you know. And so that's when he said, he read it to me. Thank you for your enthusiasm. There's no audience, but his wife told him to look at it, to do the research. They found out what's happening is more popular in reruns than it was on prime time on ABC.
Wow.
So again, tell people, believe another thing. If you believe it and no one else believe it, and I just say me and God, I say, again, I have to say, when I say that, I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying for me, it's me and Christ alone. Ain't nobody believe in this. My friends don't believe it, the cast don't believe it, but what happened later? 3 years more of what's happening
That's
now.
right.
Number one in syndication.
A question just popped into my head that people ask me. When you got started with what's happening, tell us about the royalty system, because were there royalties? Because I heard a lot of actors missed out. They're rerunning all those shows, and none of the original actors are getting royalties.
You got to sign.
When did royalties?
Sign.
Yeah, but when did that start happening?
Well, I know.
Was it the 80s?
It had to, because what's the guy from Gilligan's Island?
Bob Denver.
Bob Denver was on the Larry King show, and he said the show had made billions of dollars, and he don't get one dime. So I don't know what I would say. Well, we started 70s for us. Yeah. So I had it in 70s, but when we did the what's happening now, some of the cast members did not. It says we're not giving it. There's no. So my Jerry Weinstein, who was a great lawyer, and I was like a father to me. He said, Ernie, look at this. So I don't know what the others signed it. I mean, I got it. Shirley and I were only two that got money from
the royalties.
Yeah. And the other, and I have to say now, you know, with what's happening, I have to say, in fairness, our producers, no, they were not racist. There are things that, you always want, as an actor, you want your way, you want them to write it a certain way. I messed up when I did the drugs. In fairness to them, I did drugs. Now, I would not bring that to the set, but there's one time I was so high. I mean, Bud and Bernie and Saul, we're gonna, I just want to throw that in there. That another thing don't do is the drugs. Yeah, because it's just a damper. So it makes you contrary. It makes you it can give you arrogance. It give you elitism. You get a little snobbish, and that's not me. But the drugs bring that on. So I just want to say that. Don't bring that into your life, because that was the thing. And you can't say, that's racism. It's you. You're the problem. Right. So in fairness too, I just want to throw that out there. Yeah. It could have been even a better thing with Herman Rush, God bless him, making demands. I had a manager making demands that I shouldn't. So it made it a bad situation, and they followed through, but it put a damper on my career. I know that because of that, because I had people telling me, "Oh, Ernie, you should have this. Oh, you're really a star and all this," and it's and now you see with friends, everyone works together. Yeah. So it should never be the cast, one person thinking they're better. You come in as a group and negotiate, and in good terms. You're not trying to accuse them of anything and all that. It's business. Right. So I just want that you learn with show business, have a balanced mind. Don't get the drugs and the alcohol. Don't let your agents go. Even with Everybody Hates Chris, when I got it. And the agent didn't get that for me, right? Chris was looking for me. So then they said, you should. I said, hey, stop right there. Stop right there. You're not asking for shit.
Yeah.
I'm taking whatever they give me because they don't need me.
Yeah.
They don't need Mr. Omar. That cast is fine without me.
Right.
They included me. So I said, no, and thank God. So I did those 4 years.
But you
I
still
still
get
made money. Yeah.
royalties
Oh yeah, I
still,
made no,
because
and it was
this-
a good,
now
it was
we're
a fair
in the
pay.
time
But
that-
he wanted me
yeah.
to get something like, oh,
Oh,
no.
no,
What they're
no.
giving me is fine.
Right.
I'm not, no.
Right.
But again, I remembered what happened before when the manager told me, oh, you all that.
Yeah.
And then you trying to hold out
That's
for
because
money.
they wanted their little
Yeah,
extra,
it was
right?
the worst things I learned.
Yeah.
Which I looked like, oh, I wish I could take it back.
Yeah.
But I have to forgive myself too.
Right.
I cannot. And people will beat you up. There's a stage manager, and he ends up actually directing one of the top shows. And he says, oh, Ernest Thomas an asshole. No, he was right. And it's not asshole, but just me. When you have to be on stage, they said, Ernie, we need you. And he couldn't make me do it. He said, Ernie, come on. I said, oh, I got time. So he'd make him look bad. But people can forget, that was then. Don't keep calling a person for something they were back then.
Yeah. Right.
You know, if a person was an alcoholic and drug addict, and now there's something you're still talking about, oh, back then he did. Yeah, this is the present day.
Yeah.
So I have to forgive myself.
Yeah.
And know that, yeah, you have a better mind. I don't have those negative influences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not in vogue to be doing drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
these days.
But also forgive yourself if you did.
if you
But
did.
now
you
it's
learn.
like you should know. You should not be curious.
No,
and someone asked me, and they said, Uncle Ernie, but why are you? You know better. You was in the church. Church of God in Christ, Pentecostal, and all that. I said, curiosity. So I tell kids, don't let the curiosity
Kill the cat.
It killed the cat.
Yeah.
So I feel better and I feel more empowered. I feel these latter days are gonna be the greater day because I'm doing it for God. But also I love to see people happy.
Yeah.
When I get money, you're gonna be happy.
That's right.
Everybody I know is gonna benefit from my and no matter what race, that's me.
Yeah.
That's how I want to die.
What do you think? Name 3 to 5 characteristic traits that you think it takes to be a successful working actor.
Oh, Lord.
Characteristic traits,
okay.
like your natural, not
Yeah.
acting skills.
Yeah, okay. And I'll tell you, when you mentioned too, proudest moment, that one moment that of all the moments, I would say me having the gall, the audacity is Obama's for hope, to think that I want to be on TV, so I'm going to disregard what my agents in New York say, like, because I'm doing theater, I'm fine. People know me. I did play at the Helen Hayes Theater on the Hal French.
Right.
I worked with Tony Perkins, but I'm not on TV.
Right.
And my grandmother mentioned TV. So I have the audacity not to plan it out. Okay, I take a red eye. I feel compelled because of 4 deaths in my family in a row.
Yeah. So
people are, oh, Ernie, talk about it. So no, God has something special for me. I think it's time now to go to Hollywood. I take care, an actors fund, by the way. We take care of our own. They gave me $200. And so anyway, I took a red eye, which means there's no return. I didn't intend to return. So there's no, but not no return ticket. I had friends who knew a friend. You could say here, stay there. So the audacity to walk by faith and not by sight. That you dare take a risk. It's crazy. And I don't know. I tell when people applaud, they say, but look, you have to understand. I look at that little boy. I see Ernest Thomas, that young man, and I'm in awe of him.
Yeah.
I'm in awe of that young man who had the audacity to go against what everybody said. The agency in New York said, Ernie, you'll be back in 6 months. They have actors out there already. Yeah. I'm not listening to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go there. I'm staying with this person, that person. I'm not taking a job. No, I don't. I got to be focused on that. I don't.
Right.
Like I said, I'll be waiting about what.
Right.
But so I think that they have that dogged do or die. That do or die, ain't you gonna see me. Come hell or high water.
All right.
Because again, I haven't seen anyone actually that. Yeah, I'm sure that somebody might have done, but and a black actor on top of that. But I'm sorry, if you're white, it's a difference. Okay, it wasn't a whole lot of those, but the audacity of they go against the fear, all the unknowns.
Yeah.
You know, no agent, not going to being rejected. And yeah, I feel it. I'm human. Yeah, I cried a river of tears. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But I would, and you would never see my tears. I don't let anybody. I would get in that shower. And the Lord, okay, Lord, I pray, I shower up, crying, and knowing I got to go and put this face on. Everybody look at that. Hey, did you get your show yet? Yeah, I'm going to get it. Everybody, ha. All right. And so it didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
Again, so I got to still have the hope. I have to believe in spite of being rejected. All that. Even with Cooley High, we did a pilot. ABC rejected it. So I'm like, oh no, that was the role.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna do another one. Fire everybody else, keep you.
Right.
You know. So yeah, that dogged ride or die, do it. That's why I have very little patience for complaining actors.
Yeah.
Is hey, get off your ass. I don't care who it is. And I had no help. Nobody, black or white.
Yeah.
So it was me and God, me and Christ against the world. But I cried. You got to be willing to cry a river of tears. Take your ass in the shower, pray on it, and go out there and put that mask on, baby. I'm gonna you're gonna see me and be ready. Yeah. So I'm ready. I'm ready with any improv. I never did improv. Yeah. But Yorkin. When I did get an agent, and the only reason I got that agent, I've been rejected. The 10th agent I went to, Tom Corman, before he was I said, look, man, if I don't act, I'm going to die. Yeah. And he looked at me, I believe you.
I believe you.
And he called up the casting people the casting lady for Good Times, all of that, and all that. Right. That's what's up. But then I had to do improv. Yeah. So they have a thing where it's a show called Grady. Yeah. They said there's no lines there. They said Bud Yorkin is there. They said, so you come to pick up his granddaughter, go. Yeah. He didn't get a word in. I didn't know I could improv. Right. And I'm just going, I don't know what I said, but Bud Yorkin was turning red. He was laughing. Snot was coming out of his nose. So I know that the gift. And I always said, Lord Jesus, before the gift of God. God, thank you for the gift of artistry. Yeah, you didn't say, and by the way, you didn't say nothing yet. Yeah. But I want to pull others up. Yeah. I don't have to be the center anymore. Now, in my younger years, if we was anything, I wanted to be the funniest, but I wouldn't hurt. I don't want to hurt you, but I want to be now I really want everybody. Right. And so I was still, even as this producer, and producing films and all that, I still want to have a management arm where I can still bring up talent. Yeah. That will be here long after I'm gone, that I know it'll be a gift to keep on giving. I know there's going to be people who will pay it forward. That's right. They're going to pay. That's what I love. I love acting, but the greatest thing is making somebody happy. That's right. The greatest feeling I get, you're talking about a high better than sex, is doing something well, there's a few cases where the sex might be better. That's right. Yeah. So, now you've done theater, you've done film, you've done TV. Yeah. What are the consistent adjustments that you have to make? For example, if you do theater, you have to project all the way back. Project. Yes. But if you go on a film set, don't be projecting. Yes. You have to. So it's very hard for a theater actor to come and do film and television. As a matter of fact, they do it once or twice and they're like, I'm out of here. Yeah. I cannot do it. I need instant gratification and I need to yell to do it. Yes. But what do you think? Someone told me, explained it beautifully about in theater, you talk loud and you're thinking it's small. But in television, you're thinking this big but the voices, right? So you still got all the emotions going, all of the people on, all that's going on, but you say it in a natural, You gotta, So I would say vocalization. But absolutely. Yeah, focus on that. Yeah. And what do you think that are the pros and cons of the life of an actor? For example, the con is that you might be poor a little bit before you make it to the big time. Yeah. And a pro for me would be craft services.
He'll send me to craft services.
Right.
Well, you know, I'm going to say
Yeah.
that I feel, and people go about different routes to get to the end. Okay.
Right.
But I feel that as a producer, my thought was that I want to be a producer, so therefore I want to experience everything. So I want to be a background actor. What background actor? You can look and see how they set up the lights, how they put, the blocking down, how they talk, how the director talks about. You will get all the basic skills.
Yes.
I would highly recommend it. And a lot of actors come out here and they think they're too good to be a background actor, but you are going to learn vital information that you cannot.
Yeah, I would do that. I didn't do it like then, but when I saw later that Brad Pitt was, he was a background, he was an extra.
Yeah.
At that time, no, I never wanted. But again, I was up.
You were in a different status.
But do all those things. It ain't gonna take away from you. Are still, and I still, again, as an actor, you're still learning. So I'll still take a course here or go on YouTube and hear what a new director is saying, acting coach is saying. I'm constantly learning and watching performances too.
Right? And
I want to say what you said too. In addition to do or die attitude, you got to get rid of negative people. So I got rid of all, and this is, I was a person people pleaser. But when I fell in love with acting, I could tell my closest friend, you know what? You gotta go.
People who, there's a fine line with people thinking that someone is negative, because one person may think that another person's negative, but that person may think that they're giving you constructive criticism or they're actually help you. And it's all about how they execute or deliver their information.
Well, you know what? I don't care how they feel. I really don't. I don't give a damn about
that. Like, I don't like it.
It's either you're either on board, or you're either on board, and the way I say on board, this is your script.
It's just
you encourage me. You stay on it. Anything negative, and I'll give a person a chance. What did you just say? Well, Ernie, it's so hard. I said, what did I just tell you though? I said, I'm going to make it, and you keep telling me about how hard it is. So I'm going to give you a chance, and they still say it. So I say, so what we're going to do? You lose my number. I wish you all the best. But God got me on a mission, and I can hear, because you're not done yet. At some point in time, next week, or whatever, you're going to say that I don't need that.
Right.
And you're going to be talking to others. So I got rid of, people don't know the power of getting rid of the negative forces, but don't be your own worst enemy.
I've done that.
But I got rid of them, and it wasn't hard because I fell in love.
Yeah.
When you fall in love with this, I have to tell it, you know what? Yeah. And something I just wouldn't answer their calls anymore. And that's when you get more, God will give just people saying, hey, sir, whatever, why are you here? What's your name? That's a strong, people just giving you just average people, right?
Yeah.
They're not a friend, but they will give you just in that moment. And if you have to be alone, it's better than having. So any negative, and I tell people, feelings are traitors to the soul.
Yeah.
You think I didn't feel like staying in bed? I've been here you rejected 9 times. I'm entitled to go home. Look, I tried everything. Right. Your feelings are traitors. It's not how you feel, damn it. You got to override the feelings. You ain't sick. Right. No. Every day I got up. And I'm a person who's a hypochondriac. I don't remember one day I stayed in bed. One day I did not try something. Right. So I was dogged about that. So you got to get rid of the negative people. You can't have, and you got to work like it's your last day on earth. Right. You ain't living forever. So you got to work at it like today is your last day. Most of the actors and artists out there have not done that. Yeah. When you living like this is your last day, really your last day, everything that helps with your career, you're gonna surprise. Things are gonna come out of you. Like me saying, "Hey, listen, if I don't act, I'm gonna die." I wasn't planning that. It came in the moment. I was there because it's just it's in me. I wanted, so things are gonna come. You're gonna surprise yourself because you're overriding the feelings. You're overriding the rejections. This is right now. I have an opportunity, and I'm alive right now Tomorrow is not promised. I know that's corny.
Right.
Oh, but you're not promised the next second, the next hour. When you really realize that, and stop your arrogance thinking you got time, that's when you'll be successful. When you do that.
Now, there are people going to be watching you. You've done so many different roles.
Yeah.
So many. And my question is, what role what is your dream role? What role as an actor that you haven't done yet, and why? Because there could be somebody that you're going to spark the idea. They're going, artist wants to do this. Okay, let me just write it down. Let me write that role.
I want something that I'm such a diabolical, evil individual. And either I change and become that, or I'm such a good, or even better, I think, is that you really, this person just loves God. You do love making people happy, but something happens.
Yeah.
Something triggers. Maybe that's someone you love or whatever, or someone do a bad thing to you. And you switch up, and get on the dark side. I'm tired. The nicest has not paid off.
Yeah.
So now you do what by any means necessary. I'm getting what I want.
Yeah.
If I have to kill friends, so be it. If I have to kill brother and sister, so that person is so believable as this angel. But then he becomes like, oh my God, well, you actually hate him now.
Oh my God.
The same person you love being that good person now. And I have something in mind. I did Rob Zombie, who I love. Rob Zombie, great actor. And so I have a project. I'm scared to do it because I think it might not leave me. I talk about you. So I have a character that's on the dark side. But when I ask people in my Christian brothers and Ernie, I think you need to leave that alone because you're tapping into something. That world is there, right? Yeah. So you tap into something. Is it
devil related? I don't even watch anything devil related.
He don't say it, but he's definitely. It's not devil related, but
I don't like anything demonic.
It's like
a Ouija board.
Yeah, it's like, oh no. But you know how people think like, okay, they feel like, because you did this to me, all right?
Yeah.
I'm going to get revenge.
Yeah.
But on a whole nother, put that revenge to the ninth power.
Okay.
That's where, even though you are right, they did do your own, but now you over, so it would be that. But it has a little bit, I have to say, I think demonic. That's why they don't want me to, and I didn't call it that. I just was doing it after I did the voice.
You did the voice?
For my friend, and they were Ernie. And my nieces, how they get, Ernie, they run. They please do it again. And then I got so into it. It's like another, something else is taking over. So I would love to do this thing with Rob Zombie. I think it would be a global hit. But I'm afraid of it. And maybe, maybe I should start. But I don't need to start in it. I just need to sit there. I can write it, but am I starting something?
You can produce
somebody, but but are people going to look at that and try to? That's the thing. So I'm torn. Are they going to emulate? But they don't win. So if good wins, so that's the story. That's why good win. Yeah.
All right. Now, last question. If you, Ernest Lee Thomas, if you had to live your life all over again, right? What would you tell your? I don't know how old you were when you got started with what's happening.
Well, I was 25.
Okay, 18. Let's do 18.
Okay.
So what would you tell your 18-year-old self about the path that you were about to take in the world of entertainment?
If I knew what I know now?
Mm-hmm. What advice would you give yourself?
As Dr. King says, a difficult road ahead. And kid, I'm telling you, Ernest, you're going to cry many, many tears, baby. But the payoff, when they find out who you are, when your light, when that supernatural stank that God gave you, when it is revealed, baby, everybody, you're going to meet the people you admire, like a Muhammad Ali, going to admire you. Sidney Poitier, they're going to, Burt Reynolds, they're going to, but baby, the thing is, are you willing to pay the price?
Oh.
Are you willing to go through the pain and suffering, of being broke, because you're rejected by people telling you, kid, look, you really don't have it.
Mm.
You really don't have it. I'm sorry. You're not funny. You're not this. You're not that.
Mhm.
And you still got the audacity, right? You got all the haters from your friends. So you're some of your best friends, they're gonna hate you because you're what they want to be.
Yeah.
They hate that you even have a positive attitude. They hate that you have the audacity to think that you could be famous. And I ain't lying. People are, I don't know.
Still to this
I don't
day,
want to be.
people
Oh
think
yeah, still I got this still out there. But I said the other day, I said, Lord, y'all gotta stop. Oh, I just want to be a working actor. No, I want to be famous.
Yeah.
I love it. I
mean,
still do.
most people
It pays off.
If
You can help a lot of people.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
And don't be trying to act innocent and say, I just want to do it for the crowd.
No, I want all
the
that.
crowd.
Yeah, but
No.
the difference is I will get
Put my
that
hand
money
in
right. I
cement.
will get that money right.
Yeah.
I gotta think if I did the money right.
Yeah.
And I tell kids, there's a scripture in the Bible, the love of money is the root of all evil. And the interpretation of that is wrong. All the ministers got it wrong. It means worshiping money. You should love money. You have ministers, I love my car. I love this. Ain't nothing wrong with loving money. So you can do good with it. But when you worship it, it becomes your God.
Yeah, it's a
And you
graven
do
image,
anything,
right?
Right. So I took it. Please get out of that. That is a poverty that I had to get out of it.
Yeah.
Once I said, no, Lord, I want all and the scripture said money answereth all things. Now, that means spiritual things, but things that just every day, you can do something.
Yeah.
You can help somebody.
You can help
They
poor
need their rent
people.
paid, they need a
That's
car
right.
note, hello, there's some groceries, gas in the car.
Yeah.
So, loving money.
Yeah.
Yeah, worshiping money is loving money is not the root of all.
Yeah.
That's the wrong interpretation.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ernest, looking on camera now, give me a scene. Give me a scene. Two of them. Okay. So just make it up, improv it. From you are doing a scene, or maybe you'll remember from back when you were Raj. There were so many great things you did. I remember when you went to, I'm thinking about lunch. You were meeting, what's his name? He's up with us now. Fred.
Fred Berry.
Fred Berry. And the other character,
Dwayne. Who called me today?
Do you remember when I was? Oh God, you probably don't remember. Yeah. You were going to meet them for lunch. Oh, you guys were going to go to a concert.
Yes.
Remember that one? Yes, you were. And you were plotting and planning and stuff. So
I can't do it. No, I'm so removed.
You can't. Oh, no, you
I'm
are?
so removed from that. I love him, but now. Especially
you still do the laugh.
No, I don't do. It's not quite that. Yeah, that's a specific laugh, but that's not. I have a high laugh.
Okay.
I'll come out. I don't know how to go about. I don't know. I don't plan it. But what happened was the producer heard that pitch. The words are notes. The words are like singing, right?
Yeah.
So they loved that pitch, and I said, oh God, this joke is just not funny. They said, but Raj thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
So Raj does a laugh, and that laugh came out of me, and the audience went crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't care how boring
it is. A live audience?
Always. Yeah, these people today, they got it easy.
I know.
They phone it in.
I don't know how they even get it.
I mean, not that the acting is good, but they don't have the live. You are just like in theater, no net.
Yeah.
You have to do it over. You have to do 2 shows. But
I don't know how they do it. I would love to have done it with a live audience.
I still want to do that.
Again. Tina Fey, she says, I did. She was on Saturday night. But she likes writing and doing it for the. She really is. But remember the one, and we're going to wrap it up. But remember that one episode you did where you put on that stinky ass cologne and
Brave Bull.
Yes,
I can tell you that episode.
That was so great.
And I did with people cause a lot of people I met Tupac. He just bear hugged me and thanked me for the laughter. You look at all these Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, Method Man, Redman. These are rappers, right? Scarface, Dr. Dre. So they remember specifically the Raj laugh, the Raj dance.
Yes.
So when I met Shaquille O'Neal, big old Shaquille O'Neal, I met him, thank God, and Kobe was alive then. And Kobe was saying, man, you stupid, man, stop. He kept doing the Raj dance.
Yes.
So I like to tell people, and if I had stuck with that, I never would have gotten what's happening.
Yeah.
I had to let that go.
Mm-hmm.
And let them know, no, I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do equally. And with all the there's a lot of great dramatic actors, but can they do comedy?
Yeah.
I thank God I can do both.
Yeah.
So a lot of comedians, we can do the drama. Most dramatic actors cannot do.
Have you ever thought of wanting to do Othello? Or
I did a long time ago.
Did you?
Yeah. Even now I
my
think about,
God.
am I
That's so
challenge
intense.
myself?
Oh.
But yeah, but the memory of
intense.
it, the memorization. But then people got the little thing.
But the cologne,
People tell me, I said, look, baby, you enjoyed it.
Oh,
I cannot create. I cannot do it any better. It's already been.
On your ass.
But that's done.
I love that.
I'm gonna see her.
They live to see.
Yeah, and it's great. But they
happening.
kind of want you to. This is what they don't understand when actors get upset.
Yeah.
Because you tell them to recreate something they've done already. We can't get a job, but we still stuck with that one character. Right?
Yeah, stereotype.
Yeah, you got to move on. So it took a long time for me to do the live for me. I went,
well, at least we got the
one. The Carol Burnett, she would do, and I've seen actors do a little bit, a signature line.
Well, you do Tragic
from Matthew McConaughey. All right, or whatever. He's all right.
Is it all right?
So he don't. That's
he loves
it. But he's done other roles. But I'll give him that. But he's not gonna act it out for you.
No.
So you got
the laugh from Raj, and then you got Tragic that you can still
and you gotta I have to be, because I'm a Mr. Know-it-all. You have to crucify your ego and allow yourself to be directed. Mm-hmm. Because our leader, Roy, kept talking about, man, everybody's going to be saying Tragic. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I saying Tragic? And sure enough, when I see the Michael Jackson musical, the lead guys were saying, Tragic. So he was right. All these years later, and again, around the world.
Right.
All right.
You can't.
So I said, Lord, I got to know. Open yourself to that vision, the vision of that director and the writer, that you don't and be gracious about it. Yeah. Now, with what's happening, that was me. That Raj dance came out of me being jealous a little, and because I heard Fred Durst's wife said I was jealous. I'm a good jealous
of what?
Of Fred, but we were jealous. Well, we had a there's a friendly jealous rivalry. Everyone there are actors who talk about that. When they even in the same movie, each one is trying to outdo. You want your scene to be better. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So when Fred would be dancing, I said, wow,
he was
I need to have a dance. So I told the producers, do you think Rod? They said, no. Why?
Totally
different. So I said, so they said, this is ridiculous, but if you want to try it, and when I try it, the audience was great.
Oh yeah.
Now no one can do Fred. Fred was super nice. He was incredible.
He could do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's funny. It was funny. Everybody, look at Haywood. In his own, he's super. Everyone, we needed each other.
Yeah.
Everyone was but
I can't imagine it.
Yeah, everyone.
It wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah, and God brought us together because when I first met them, and we had done the pilot before, that was okay. But when I met the cast, what's happening? Like I'm meeting you for Mabel, I felt a thing come on through me. It's like. Have we met? I never met her. Everyone. It's like we're having a reunion while they're meeting the person.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Well, there were so many great sitcoms. I got to admit, I was, a little child, but I had to watch my sitcoms. So it was What's Happening.
Yeah.
I watched The
Good Times.
Jeffersons
Yeah.
and The Good Times. And talk
All in the
about the
Family.
words. Oh yeah, I loved All in the Family. He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
he was crazy.
Yes, yeah.
But-
Sanford and Son.
But you know, it was Sanford and Sons. Yes, yes. Wait a minute. I'm coming, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I'm coming. Oh my God. But you remember
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
things about all
Yeah.
with Jimmy J.J.
Yeah.
Walker.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
He was
You still
hilarious.
know.
Absolutely.
You still know
Absolutely.
it. You know,
that was a golden
tragic.
era.
It
particularly for, I think,
was.
black actors, because
It was
never,
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were popular, and it had to be the majority of whites to love it, or it wouldn't be on the air.
Yeah.
You know, when they had the Nielsen ratings, those are white saying,
Yeah.
they endorsed that.
Do you know a friend of mine, Maddie Crothers, who worked with Norman Lear? She was
Sounds
she's an
familiar.
African American lady, a beautiful.
I'm sure I met her there.
You met her.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I worked more with Bud Yorkin, but I'm sure I met her.
Oh, she's worked with Bud Yorkin
Okay,
too, because
yeah.
she was telling me all the
Okay,
stories
okay.
and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But she knows you because we were talking about, because she worked on All in the Family, she worked on this,
Oh.
all of the Norman Lear projects back in the day. So we were talking about our favorite sitcoms. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, of course, I have a friend named Ernest Thomas who played Raj. She said,
Oh.
I love that show. Oh my God. And she just went on, and she was,
Oh.
and we were talking about the different chemistry between
Yeah,
you and
yeah.
the two guys,
Yeah.
and then the sister. She just always brought it. What's her
Yeah.
name? Danielle Spencer, right?
Yeah.
And the contrast between
Yes.
the characters was
And March
fantastic.
2nd at the Biltmore Hotel, we're doing a benefit for autism. So it's going to be a reunion. Danielle's coming from Virginia. He was going to be there. And so the three of us, only three left.
Oh,
So
my
they're honoring
gosh.
each of us individually.
Oh.
But it's going to be,
Do you still go to those? Is it the conventions?
yeah,
They still have those.
Yeah. They have the biggest ones in Chiller. That one we don't do because someone who wasn't supposed to say they represented us started making demands. I won't say what that is, but still to this day they hold that against us.
Oh,
So but they have been men financing it. They say, hey, we want to finance you guys. When we go there, man, we have lines
I
of,
know.
and guess, not a black person inside.
Wow.
Most of the time it's all white people. So when we first saw that, we haven't done one. We're like, wow, who are they here for? So the guy said, they're here for you. And so, so we found out all these, thank God. But and you have the black fans love you. But I'm just saying, as far as they'll pay for probably the latest stuff.
Yeah.
The Michael Jordans, with all due respect, you should give us identity. They'll do the sports people.
Yeah.
They do not do the celebrities like that.
Yeah.
So, but they love you. But they'll spend $300 for Michael Jordan. We just $20 for a signature, because we made your day brighter. You know? So I love that.
Did you ever meet Lou Ferrigno from the Incredible Hulk?
I met him one time. Yes,
He goes to those conventions.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so real funny story fast. Okay, so we went to the not Comic-Con. The other one. No, not Comic-Con. It was the other one, WonderCon. Okay. So he was at WonderCon, and we had friends who had booths. So I go up to him because we had a mutual friend. And my friend said, oh, go over and see Lou Ferrigno because he'll take a picture with you. And I thought, well, I never really had a desire to take a picture with you. Well, why not?
Yeah.
So I go over and we're talking, and I said, oh, we have a mutual friend. And then I said, oh, can I get a picture? Right? And he said, oh, yeah, that'll be $25. And he was like selling his picture. And I said, oh, well, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
But you have to, And then I heard people complaining about that. But you guys paid your dues. You were stars on shows.
Yeah.
You're there meeting people.
Yeah.
What is $25? I bet if the show was still on, you wouldn't have a problem paying $25 for a picture.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't take a picture with anyone,
Okay.
but he would autograph picture.
Yeah.
So I love going to those things. So there you go. All right. So look in there and tell anyone what you want to leave them with. If they're an aspiring actor, what advice, anything.
I would say again, faith. I say faith in Christ, but there are people who, whatever, have faith, in God. And for those who are atheists, you're good in goodness. All right. So if you don't want to say evil, so believe in the highest part of yourself.
What if you're a polygamist?
Oh, Lord.
Okay, never mind.
But I have to say, I know without fail what's worked for me, and it never failed for me is Jesus Christ. Now, with that, there are a lot of people who are Christians who are the worst as far as come as believing. They don't believe in a supernatural God. He just did miracles back then. He's still present now. If he's your best friend, I went to Hollywood without anybody's approval. I had one best friend, Jake, who got me into the acting, but he couldn't be here. His wife hated my guts. He had kids, right? So I was one man alone. So if nobody believes, first of all, you got to have a singular vision. You and God are enough. Now, you got to know for sure, anyone negative, you get rid of all friends. I don't care who they are. If it's your brother, your sister, you got to be nice about it. But you say, you know what? I'm on a mission from God, so I cannot talk to you for a while. And you do not answer their phones because they will not stop with that. Yes, you got to get them out. So now your feelings, override your feelings. You're not going to feel like getting out of bed. This is a business that they don't care about that. Show business, she don't care. She's relentless because she's a baby. What I give you, the payoff I give you, get your butt up. I don't care if you have to work 5 jobs. I don't care if you got to walk through snow. So there's I didn't allow any negative friends around. I eliminated that. I kept reading positive stuff, by the way. So just not just prayer, but motivational stuff, from just motivational speakers. Anything positive, right? Then the vision. You got to have a vision of where you're going. Specific, right? And live like it's your last day on earth. That's the key part. And there's a lady, Mel Robbins. She has a book, 5 Seconds to Success. And I don't care what religion or what I think people have that. You get really high in church, but you go out and you don't do nothing for the rest of the week. I can do anything through God. But then she has a book of 5. So she says, we're trained. Our brain is trained to make us comfortable. Yeah. So to get up, you got to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just move. And what happens that you get things done. Yeah. You become supernatural because you override. You will never, ever make it if you depend on feeling like it. If you depend on feeling like it, it won't happen. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And trust me, you will feel like shit. You're going, but I don't. But then but I am doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing the revisions on that book. I am writing that little play I thought about, that little idea about the thing for Rob Zombie. I'm going to be, I like to sing. Right. I want to do like a comedy bits with the singing, like Sinatra. So you just keep moving, no matter how you feel. But guess what, baby? The payoff, because everybody's not doing that. Yeah. When you do the boring part, like I said, going over a script, I might go over a script like 50 times. I heard Olivia did it 300 times. I can't do that. Yeah. But I will go, that's the boring part. Right. So when you see me on there, I have prayed on it, I've done my research, I've done a biography and all that, but I've gone over and over to see what's the subtext, what is this, what different meanings I miss, because repetition. Even when you watch a movie now, that you've seen 100 times, I bet you if you watch it, you'll see something different. All the time. So the same thing with your character. If you got to be in tune, so you'll be above because you've done your homework.
Yeah.
And you've gone over that script. So when I've been on the set where they say, "Oh, no, that," I said, "No, that's not the line." And I know what I wrote. Okay. Oh my God, I can tell. Yeah, I've gone over enough where I can tell the writer that's not in there. Oh, we didn't do that scene. We didn't do. Yeah, because when I'm about that, I'm all about that. That's the boring part.
Yeah.
So faith, get rid of negative friends, override your feelings of traitor to your soul, live like it's your last day on earth. Vision board, do the vision board. Write it down on a piece of paper, whatever.
Right, toilet paper.
And baby. And when people say that, when they say they're not, you haven't done it.
Yeah.
They'll admit it. You're right, I haven't done that. If you do what I just said, it's impossible for you not to be successful. Now, maybe this ain't your thing.
Yeah.
Maybe acting is not, but you'll find whatever your passion be.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You will if you listen to Ernest Tips, you're gonna win.
Yellowstone.
That's what's happening.
Yellowstone.
That's what's happening.
You know Yellowstone.
Yes.
Oh my God. That guy, God bless him, was an actor. Yeah. And he got tired of not. Look at he is like, they give him 500 some million to just do all his stuff. And in the film, Yellowstone is making 100 million.
Oh my God.
All these.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, but because
I'm gonna watch.
Acting wasn't the thing, but he found his niche with the writing.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited to watch that. That's sinister.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to watch Ernest again. We're going to close out the show by watching another demo reel.
Is Ernest Lee Thomas in it?
Ernest Lee Thomas is in it.
Oh my God.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening.
Oh I want to leave.
It is not a tragic situation. It is a happening situation. Thank you so much for being on the show.
And I love this is my friend. This is my confidant.
My confidant. Yeah, my confidant. And we've been friends. Do you believe we've been friends since? Oh God, I don't even know who the hell referred you, but it was for a website.
I see his face, but I can't think of his name.
Who was it? But it's been. It was. I think it was in 2000. It was either 2000 or 2003.
Yeah,
one of the two.
Yeah,
but
and we just
immediately we just knew the chemistry was there.
Amazing,
and that's important.
Yeah, and you've always been. Yeah, you're true. If you got a criticism, I know if it comes from you, it's not from hate.
No.
So I listen to it.
I try to be constructive.
Yeah.
So listen to Ernest. He is the thing. He is what's happening now and forever. Just think, you will be able to watch him forever. You pull up what's happening. You pull up Roots. You pull up Everybody Hates Chris. Yeah. That is something that everybody should aspire to. Think about that. You are going to be seen and known long after. Yeah. Like we're talking. Yeah. And people can't think about that. They don't appreciate the fact that when they got to the status that you got to, they are going. People 1,000 years from now are going to be able to pull up footage and watch what's happening in Everybody Hates Chris and Roots and everything you've been on.
But I want to say, it can be you. I can be watching you now.
Yeah.
All this info we're telling you is so that you can.
We hope so.
You love us, and I don't. But know that, baby, there's greatness in you
too. There is greatness in you. Yeah. You can do it. We want to see
you out there and say, "Hey, I watched some question
reality."
And I that's why it inspired me. Somebody's going to say that.
I hope somebody. I hope people got some tips, advice, and resource information from us today because Ernest is always trying to help. I'm trying to help.
Too. We do that. We help first.
We help. Now we're going to eat some Thai food.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to eat. Yeah.
But we're going to take out. Okay.
Say what you will about the 1970s, but for those of us who are of a certain age, one thing is memorable: sitcoms on television. One of those sitcoms that still makes you chuckle as you think back is What's Happening.
The funny character with the thick bifocal glasses by the name of Raj.
Roger Thomas.
Oh, just people coming home finding burglars hiding in the house with weapons.
Weapons? Weapons? What weapons?
I don't know. It's probably nothing.
Weapons?
Go ahead.
Luther and D. Oh, Luther, I see you're still with D. I'm glad you didn't Luther. You worship a head of man.
Hello there. I be Roger Thomas. Which doobie you be?
Now, where were we?
We were right here. I'm so glad you're finally making your move.
Just call me Beacon.
Don't you think it's time we stopped all this kid stuff?
Sure.
Are you ready? Are you
In
ready?
this
Are you
day and
ready?
age?
Are you ready?
You got to be kidding.
Our neighborhood funeral director, Mr. Omar.
Yeah, called a deadly case of botulism. Tragic. Yes. Husband died telling a knock-knock joke. Tragic. My father was killed by a line drive to the medulla oblongata. Dang, tragic.
Sudden.
Oh, yeah. He got stabbed on the subway. Didn't see it coming. Tragic. Yeah, he got mauled by a bear at the circus. Tragic. Well, since he's dead, you wanna go out to dinner?
I could.
Teach the baby to honor the mother and the father. And if the father should meet a tragic death, the baby shouldn't be upset if the mother makes friends with a nice lady.
Boy has a hood placed over his head. Then he's taken away to the secret place of life. When he returns, he knows all the things a man must know. And his foretold is like that of a man.
I see you, even with this eye. I see you. You too. Don't miss a thing.
Is it warm in here?
Oh, not half as warm as hell.
Hold on, Princess. This ain't got gold in it, too.
They gave me a mission, but I couldn't do it. I love you.
What kind of mission?
To wire your car so it would explode when you turn the ignition. You don't know nobody, huh? Nobody wants your ass. You ain't got a friend, you ain't got a relative, you ain't got a next door neighbor. Damn, I can punch your ass. I'll bust you in your mouth right now. Huh? What? People laugh sometimes. They probably all like Timothy as much as you do. It's just their way, you know. You really want a job, don't you? Yes, I want the job. Well, are you sure you can do the work? I'll learn it. I think you will. You're all right, man. You ought to have a chance.
This man, he practices what he preaches. He's absolutely one of the best individuals. And, you know, forget Hollywood. I mean, just as a human being.
And what is your greatest achievement?
My greatest achievement. Wow, that's a good question. Wow. You know what? I think I know it's gonna sound probably corny to a lot of people, is being a child of God.
You're listening to Question Reality with Priscilla Leona.